Western road trip, matching up against the Colorado Avalanche. Great to have you with us, along with Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Tonight's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Bruins lost the opener of this road trip on Thursday in Vegas 6-5. Ran into some special teams troubles in that game, surrendering 2 opposing power play goals. The first 2 they've given up all season. They also gave up a shorthanded goal to the Golden Knights. And those goals part of a season-high 6 allowed by Marco Sturm's team. And he says it is not the way he wants that team to play.
Again, we knew it's going to be tough here. We knew it's a veteran group. But, again, we just got to be smart in that. We still have a lot of really good players in our lineup, but again, that's not our standard. Just got to be way better. We got to buy in on our defensive effort, and that was just not the case today.
Yeah, it's the same thing that we've been talking about right from game one. And if you break down the 5 games, Ryan, they produced and did the things that they wanted to do, at least through a couple of those games, and then they've gotten away from it. And especially the last 2 games, they've completely gotten away from it. First half of the Tampa game, and a good portion of that game against Las Vegas. Now, those are 2 really good offensive teams, but the Bruins weren't disciplined in their positioning, how they want to play, how they need to play. And they better figure it out quick, because you're not getting any easier here tonight against a Colorado Avalanche team that can put up a big number on you. It's something where they've preached it. They're not on the same page right now. He also mentioned something about cheating the game. But you've got to be dedicated and disciplined enough to play that way. Some of his comments after the game the other day, you got to be willing to play in a 1-0 game. It's just low scoring. You can't have run and gun hockey. You're probably not going to win very many of those, even though they have been scoring some goals. It's probably not something that they could keep up. And when they've gotten run and gun with the last couple of games, that they've ended up on the short end. So look, they know what they have to do. Now it's a matter of doing it. Now it's a matter of executing it, and the buy-in has to be there from everybody.
Well, they did have a season-high 5 goals offensively the other night. They came mostly from the 3rd and 4th lines. Tanner Jeannot, Mikey Eyssimont, Mark Kastelik all scoring. Nikita Zadorov added one as well with the 4th line out on the ice. And after the game, David Pastrnak said the top 2 lines had to take the loss on their shoulders.
To be honest, if my line, the top 6, today we're, have a good game. We had a big chance to win, We got the scoring, unfortunately, we have to own it. The top 6, we weren't there today. We weren't, didn't create enough, didn't, get on the score sheet. So that's, heck of a job by, guys from, bottom lineup. They played amazing. They kept us in the game pretty much, but we have to be better. The top 2 lines, we're getting a lot of ice time there, and we have to create more 5-on-5.
Well, the first line was going to get their ice time anyhow. They did make a change, and they're going to stay with that change here today. Partway through the game, they moved Morgan Geekie alongside Casey Middlestat, and they moved Pavel Zacha up alongside Lindholm and Pastrnak, and they're going to stick with that here, it looks like, today. But they are going to drop Victor Arvidsson down to a different line. Middlestat and Arvidsson's ice times were both less than 4th line. And I think that's an indication of, okay, they didn't have it in certain situations. So Middlestat's playing back here in Colorado, a team that traded him recently. Hopefully that there's a little incentive there, and especially coming off of an off game. Arvidsson, too, he's trying to find his traction. He's trying to find his footing. He's a guy that scored a little bit in the NHL. He's a veteran. He's been around a bit, so he's going to get a little bit more rope and a little bit more opportunity to get his footing and get comfortable here in a Bruins uniform. But they are definitely looking for a little bit more from him, and he'll play on a different line here today alongside Fraser Minten.
Yeah, Victor Arvidsson, Tanner Jeannot will be the wings for Fraser Minten the way it looked this morning. Geekie with Eyssimont and Middlestat. Johnny Beecher's going to draw into the lineup for the first time this season as well, joining Sean Corrali and Mark Kastelik. Sturm talked this morning about what went into those combinations.
Against a team like that, Colorado, we need the whole package, right? We spread it out a little bit more in 3 lines or even 4 lines, whatever. And that was the whole process. And even with Beecher in the lineup, he's going to give us another killer, I would say, another guy on the face of what we need. Hopefully not tonight. Hopefully it's not going to be too many penalties. But yeah, we thought would be a good guy to have back in our lineup.
Yeah, it's funny, you win the first 3 games, there were no changes. Other than Hampus Lindholm with his injury, but there were no changes to the lines. All of a sudden, you lose a couple. It gives them the ability to make some of those changes and, get to tinker a little bit. So, does it work? I don't know. We'll find out. But it's something where there's a little bit of message sending there, I believe, but there's also some, we've got to find the best combinations if we're going to get back in the win column here. And certainly getting Hampus Lindholm back on the back end, it looks like he's going to play. He took warm-ups here, and that is a massive, massive improvement right there. That can kind of slot everybody a little bit differently. So that's going to be a big change on the back end for them as long as he comes back with no residual effect from the injury.
And he's been practicing here in the last few days, so hopefully good to go. We'll get the lineup update here shortly. Meanwhile, Beecher gets back in the lineup for the first time this season. He played 78 of the 82 games last year, signed a one-year deal as a restricted free agent to remain in Boston, but a healthy scratch here in the first 5 games. Definitely happy to get his first crack at it this year.
Obviously, you never want to be out of the lineup, so, super excited to, get my chance here and, just go out there, keep it simple to start and, kind of get more and more comfortable as the game goes on.
Yeah, look, he's got to use his speed. It's the first thing Marco Sturm said today. And we always say it, right? It's pretty obvious. And he's going to be on the left wing. That should free him up a little bit. You've got Corrali and you've got Kaslik coming off a strong game with alongside Jeffrey Biel. But unfortunately for Biel, he becomes the casualty here today. You've got to get Beecher in at some point. Like 5 games is a long time to be sitting. He sits 5. You get back in there. You got back-to-back games here this weekend. See how he plays today. You got to make another change tomorrow. You can. Things go really well. Maybe you stick with that. But he's got to. Hopefully, he's incentivized by sitting up in the press box. He wants to get back in the lineup and make a difference. And he can make a difference using his speed. Get in there quickly on the forecheck. Disrupt some of these defensemen before they can get revved up and get going up the ice. He can take faceoffs. He can kill penalties. These are things that he will definitely be used on here in this game, but he's got to be able to use that speed to be effective.
And if he can do that, maybe he gets back in the lineup on a regular basis. But Viel, as you mentioned, played really well the other night.
He did.
Ends up, we thought he had a goal. He thought he had a goal as well, but ends up, a scratch tonight. But against a more physical team, obviously he gets in the lineup against the speedier team, or when you're looking for a little bit more speed in that fourth line.
You could see him back in there tomorrow.
Absolutely. So we get ready for the Bruins and the Colorado Avalanche, and we get a look at what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We'll go around the NHL, including Mark Scheifele becoming the all-time points leader for the current version of the Winnipeg Jets.
Scheifele scores! And there is career point number 813.
Bob chats with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
If you give him time and room, and by stupid mistakes, Colorado is probably even better than Vegas, so we're going to be in trouble.
And up next, we'll preview tonight's opponent, the Colorado Avalanche, here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
He roofs it top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's is crafted in Austin and made for Boston. Every sip has a smooth finish that's always good on ice, just like the Bruins. Realize your top shelf goals and win the pregame and the rest of the game with Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston pregames with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season and helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HRV. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Manson up top, Burns, winding, looking for deflection. He got it, they score! Brock o'clock. Brock Nelson tips it home for his first goal of the season. And just like that, the Colorado Avalanche take a 2-1 lead.
Back here in Denver as the Bruins get ready to take on the Colorado Avalanche. And the Avs have jumped out to the early lead in the Central Division with a 4-0-1 record in their first 5 games. That includes a win in their latest outing, 4-1 over the Blue Jackets in Columbus on Thursday. And as with most coaches this time of year, Jared Bednar says there's still plenty of room for improvement.
It's a little bit more of a mid-season thing for me because no area of your game is exactly where you want it probably to start the year because it's like different amount of pressure, less time than what you've been used to for the last 5 months, right? Summertime, even training camp. Like when you get against an opposition that's also trying to win, time and space disappears, the physicality goes up, the commitment to check goes up. So you're just basically, I think for me, building all of your game and identity at this point. So I can't say anything's broken yet because it hasn't been perfect yet.
Yeah, Bednar has done a fantastic job behind the bench here for the Colorado Avalanche since taking over 10 years ago. Second longest tenured coach in the NHL, and he's had a lot of success with them. Took the team over in a really difficult situation and is now parlayed it into an excellent hockey team. And it's he's seen a lot, you know. And he's not going to panic. Well, why panic? You're 4-1, but he knows what his team is. He knows what he's got. You're always trying to improve. But this early in the season, yeah, you're still looking for a little bit more execution in certain areas, and that can change from game to game. That can change from, segment to segment in terms of how you're playing. You go through little dips. I know they want to get the power play going. The power play statistically is worse than the Bruins, and their penalty killing as well worse than the Bruins. So special teams is one area he'd like to get going. I'm sure there's multiple other ones, but all in all, they've started off pretty well. You'll take some of those holes that they have in their lineup compared to some of the ones we see around the league and in Boston.
Tough to complain when you're 4-0-1, but you know coaches, they'll always find something.
You have to. You can't let them be complacent.
Yeah. Well, defenseman Cale Makar, 2 points in Thursday's win. That gives him 7 through the first 5 games this season. He and the Avalanche were trailing at midpoint of that game, but then the offense woke up.
Yeah, I mean, we just kept beating the drum a little bit, and I felt like we were playing well in the first period, just generating chances, but some just not going in, and they get the one. And then, again, I think it just shows the resilience right now early on in the season from our mindset, our team, and being able to kind of elevate even more from there and find the net.
It doesn't take much for them to flip the switch. Something's not going right. All of a sudden, all it takes is one of those highlight rushes with speed through the neutral zone by McKinnon. One of the dangle the blue line and move laterally to make a play by Cale Makar. I mean, they always seem to come up with that big play. McKinnon, coincidentally, he came up empty the other day. It was actually the second line that did some of the damage for them the other day. So they're out. A number of hot starts for them. Nate just leads them in scoring, except for contract, by the way. Yeah. Nate McKinnon and Lehkonen, that line has been on fire here to start the season. But they're fairly deep. With that high-end talent, all it takes is one. All it takes is one play, one really good opportunity, and they're off to the races. Yeah, you mentioned Nate's contract. A lot of teams around the league are keeping a close eye on when and if he's going to get an extension here in Colorado. Well, coming up next, we'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines, and then we'll be back to go around the NHL on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Have damaged pipes at your home or office? Don't dig it, line it with a lining solution from Drains by James. DrainsByJames.com.
Drains by James. They give a poop about your pipes.
Get ready, football fans. Nothing goes better with football than an ice-cold, refreshing Coors Light. Catch all the action this weekend at Tom English's Cottage at 118 Emerson Street in South Boston. When the game heats up and every play counts, choose chill, choose Coors Light.
At M&T Bank, we're continuously working to provide value to our customers. Like Lou, the CEO of UFOS, a revolutionary footwear brand.
I think the thing I like most about working with M&T Bank is knowing they care. They sincerely care about us as a company. It's not just about the business transaction. They personally care about our business and our success and would make decisions that go above and beyond to achieve that.
See what banking together can do for you at mtb.com/together. Member FDIC.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted, independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Visit CCL's newly renovated kitchen showroom and get inspired as soon as you walk through the door. Explore the latest trends from the most reliable kitchen cabinet manufacturers in the industry. Check out dozens of color combinations and popular styles in our refreshed showroom in Abington. Visit us online at cclco.com or in person at CCL Homescapes in Abington. CCL, 100% employee owned and operated.
Now at the Brook Casino, an expanded casino gaming floor, a Vegas-style DraftKings sportsbook with a massive 150-foot video wall, and a new restaurant, Nine Dragons, in collaboration with the iconic Kowloon. Just over the border, exit 1 on 95 in Seabrook, New Hampshire. LiveFreeAndPlay.com.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots are in Tennessee preparing for tomorrow's matchup against the Titans. 1 o'clock kickoff. All the team's questionable players, including receiver Stephon Diggs, did make the trip. Other NFL news today, Cardinals going to start Jacoby Brissett at quarterback against Green Bay, with Kyler Murray dealing with a foot injury. Commanders receiver Deebo Samuel ruled out for tomorrow's game against Dallas. Night off for the MLB playoffs. Dodgers advanced to the World Series, finishing off their sweep of the Brewers last night. ALCS Game 6 tomorrow night in Toronto, with the Mariners leading the Blue Jays 3-2. In college football today, BC lost to UConn 38-23. Eagles now 1-6 on the season. That's a look at your Sports Up headlines. We will go around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Up Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor, but try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
At National Grid, we know home is where you feel your best. That's why we're dedicated to making your home comfortable and energy efficient year-round. With a home energy assessment, you can learn how your home uses energy and receive a custom report with helpful recommendations. You can also learn about energy-saving solutions such as insulation, air sealing, and more. If you're ready to save energy at home, we'll be there for you every step of the way. Visit ngrid.com/assessment or call 866-527-SAVE to learn more. National Grid is a proud sponsor of Mass Save.
BJ's Wholesale Club has always been proud to offer great prices every day.
In this economy? Almost sounds too good to be true.
These prices are very true, and at BJ's, they're great, not good. That's great prices every day, no matter the economy, including 3-pound rotisserie chickens, just $4.99. Wellesley Farms Deli Honey Ham, $6.99 a pound. Plus great prices every day on everything in the club. Join at bjs.com/join and make BJ's your destination for savings every day.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Avalanche coming up. Let's take a look around the NHL. Some afternoon action, including in Buffalo, where the Sabres beat Florida 3-0.
Lean couldn't get the shot away. Keeps possession. Here's a chance. Good stick by Lundell. Breaking that up. In front. Stone on the doorstep. His second of the game.
Yeah, Doan with a couple of goals in that game, and the Buffalo Sabres win 2 in a row as they beat the Florida Panthers 3-0. Florida's now lost 3 in a row. Florida had 15 shots on the power play and could not score against the Sabres.
Islanders came from a goal down in the third period for a 5-4 win in Ottawa.
Up the wall, grabbed by Impasio. Hoping for Lee. It got through him. Spence. Lee gets it. In front to Lee. Scores! Anders Lee with a minute and 3 seconds to go.
That was the game winner. 5-4 winners over the Ottawa Senators. Shane Pinto, by the way, for Ottawa. 7 goals so far in the season.
Devils go to 4-1 with a 5-3 win at home over the Oilers.
You know, they get caught flat there, Bryce, right? They got to have a little bit of a safety valve.
Still the one to use all along, backhand forehand. Jack Hughes on the turnover. And the floodgates open. It's 4-1.
Yeah, Hughes had 2 goals and 3 points in that one as they would roll over over Edmonton by the score of 5-3.
Some of the games in progress. End of 2 in Toronto. The Maple Leafs trailing Seattle 3-2.
Bumps a dump in. Now it's loose at the point. Held in by Ellie Tolvanen. Far side, a one-timer done. They score with traffic in front.
Yeah, Toronto's won 2 in a row coming into this one against Seattle, but trailing in this game after 2 periods.
Montreal got off to a quick start at home. They lead the Rangers 2-1 after 2.
Schneider plays it out for Suzuki to Gallagher. Sharp angle. Scores Nick Suzuki. What a feed by Davidoff.
Yeah, Montreal's won 4 games in a row. Cole Caulfield has been on fire for them. Up 2-1 here at the end of 2 periods on the Rangers.
Other scores in progress. End of 2 in Philadelphia. The Wild have a 1-0 lead over the Flyers.
Yeah, Kaprizov and Boldy off to great starts. Both of them 9 points so far. 4 goals, 5 assists for both of them. They have 16 goals for this season, the Minnesota Wild. 10 of them have come on the power play.
Wow. That's our look around the NHL. Marco Sturm joins us next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. If it could talk, it'd tell stories. And if you've had one, you've probably got a story worth telling. Here's to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Kids eat free at the 99 every Sunday in October. Kids get a free meal from the kids menu with every adult entree purchased. You gotta love the 9s.
Love Keno? Take it with you. Whether you're posted up at your favorite spot or out and about and on the go, follow the action right from your phone with the Mass Lottery app. Keno's easy to play and even more fun to win. With games every 3 minutes, you're always in the middle of the action. Play all your favorite numbers, anniversaries, birthdays, sports legends, or maybe the number of cats your aunt has. No matter how you choose, some days are a little more exciting with Keno. Pick and play today. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Hey, it's Felger here. Do you own your home? Are you thinking about renovating or even adding an in-law suite? If so, tapping into the equity in your home could be a cost-effective way to finance your project. To learn more, reach out to a loan officer at Cambridge Savings Bank. With competitive rates and expert knowledge of home equity products, CSB will explain your options and help you make an informed decision. Visit CambridgeSavings.com/home equity to see current rates. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID number 543370.
Hey, it's Mike Felger here at Liberty Chevy in Wakefield, and whoa, John, didn't you get the memo?
Mike, I thought everybody was dressing up for Halloween. But am I really dressed up?
All right, I like it. I think people are going to like your deals even more, though. You've got aggressively low payments, 3 free oil changes, plus a wicked lot of money on your trade-in.
Lease a new Equinox for $195 a month, or a new Chevy Silverado for $269 a month, plus 0 down options available.
No trick, just treat. Do you have any candy?
I actually do.
All right.
Come see my friend John Anzalone and his team at Liberty Chevy in Wakefield. Together, let's drive.
L&F is a veteran-owned company offering premier services such as heat pumps, generators, car charger installs, panel upgrades, and more. Call 844-LF-WISE or visit lfelectroservice.com.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marcos, you get set to take on the Avalanche here today. Not to dwell on the last game, but when you watch the replay of it, I heard all your comments after the game. When you watched the replay, did you see anything else, or see anything else you liked, or maybe other things you want to try to fix?
Yeah, no, I think it's always hard to write after a game, but I think I was right. What I saw during the game, it's just, if we want to play that way, I don't think we're going to win any hockey game, especially against the big teams just like Vegas. We addressed it today. I addressed it today. One part was being good in our defensive zone, and the other one is the outman rushes against. You just, if you give him time and room, and by stupid mistakes, Colorado is probably even better than Vegas, so we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, how important is a neutral zone too against this team?
Yeah, no, it's you gotta have numbers against this team, and if you don't have numbers, and if you don't have support all over the ice, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, and I've seen it many times here, especially in this building. We just, we take it day by day, and I'm going to be on it till we get it, and yeah.
So you talk about the defensive zone. Is it more kind of still learning the system, or is it more just being committed to it?
Yeah, I think they know the system by now, because they done it, right? They done it in Washington. They done it at home against Buffalo. They done it.
Yeah.
And now we got to wait, because we probably won 3 in a row, and then all of a sudden things change a little bit, right? And so they done it. So now it's just a mindset for me between the years. That's all what it is. And since the early 2 games, I didn't see it, and I didn't feel it. So that's where you have to go back, and I'm a big believer in, there's a saying, good defense wins championship, and for us, championship, but it's going to win us games, but it's just a mindset, and we're still going to score goals. I'm not worried about that, but that has to be better.
With back-to-back coming up in an early game tomorrow, do you coach any differently with trying to spread the minutes out a little bit more, or is it all just kind of game dependent?
That's a good question. No, it's what I always thought about spreading things out, and I actually Todd McLennan taught me. He's like, you know what, worried about the first game. You want to win it, and he's right though. End of the day, he's right. We're going to go all in because we want to win this game tonight. And if something happens during the game or something, I can always switch things around and make it more even. But we're going to start in and try to be all in. And then if we've done our job today, we're going to move on tomorrow.
With some of the star players that they have, and they can come at you in waves, but, just Makar, for instance, easier said than done, but how do you try to slow him down?
Yeah, no, you gotta make him stop. That's one thing I learned in the past playing against him. You gotta make him stop, and you gotta play him behind him. I watched the game against Dallas, even against really good teams. They did the same mistakes too. It's not just probably us. It's other teams do. It's just that's how good they are. But if you're going to give them the time and the time to wheel and using their speed, it goes in their favor. So, again, for us, we need to check with our legs. We need our skating boots tonight, and we got to make him stop, make him work much as we can.
Last question for you. We talked about the defensive side of the puck. On the offensive side, how do you try to attack them in the offensive zone?
No, it's the one thing we did really well last game, and the Vegas guys came up to me after the game and said, you guys were hard to play against in the paint, right in front of the net. And that's how we scored, right? That's how we scored 2-3 goals, just going hard to the net. And I think this is another team not sure about if they want to play in the paint, right? But they've been so good leaving teams on the outside that didn't want to go in, and then all of a sudden they're gone. So, again, we got to make them stop, and then we got to go to the paint and to the net hard, because I think those are the areas we can catch them a little bit. And obviously, 5-on-5 and special teams as well.
Appreciate it, Marco. Good luck here tonight. That's head coach Marco Sturm, Bruins Avalanche, coming up next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBC-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Media Group Station.
The Bruins return to action on Thursday after a couple of days off in Vegas, but their issues from Monday afternoon stuck with them.
Get everybody lined up and drop it. And a stalemate. Now pulled back toward the corner. Shot up the near wall. McAvoy kept it in. They tried to get it to Pasternak for a one-timer. Didn't get any wood on it. But Vegas ends up hanging on for a 6-5 victory here on home ice as the Bruins lose their second in a row.
Tonight, it's another tough test as they come to Colorado to face a team unbeaten in regulation. The Bruins and the Avalanche coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Across to Esposito. Shot.
Cam Neely. Wow.
Nathan Horton wins game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers. Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, and by Catches Law.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're in Denver for the first of two meetings between the Bruins and the Avalanche. They will meet on back-to-back Saturdays, including next Saturday in Boston. But here tonight, as the Bruins try to snap a two-game losing streak, what do you think the biggest key is against this Colorado team?
Slowing them down. I mean, slowing them down through the neutral zone. I mean, if you can slow them down through the neutral zone, it allows you to be better defensively once you get into your own zone. If they're flying around now, everybody's got to adjust, and it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong; it's not something that this is all we got to do. And why doesn't everybody do it then? Because they've got world-class players that can do that. And I think that if you can try to get a body on, like I said, far easier said than done. Body on Makar. Make him stop and start a little bit more than have that free-flowing game. He controls the game every time he's out there. McKinnon likes to swing deep and really get that head of steam coming up the ice. Tough to contain. It's only a matter of time before they get the power play going. So they're going to have to be a little bit more disciplined as well, like they were more so than they were the other night against Vegas. They had a few high-sticking penalties in that game, a couple careless penalties in that game. So we've got to be much better in that area.
We'll have the opening face-off coming up next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
He roofs it top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston pre-games with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Face-Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face-Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face-Off Inside the NHL. Watch now, only on Prime Video.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more, just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Back here in Denver as the Bruins get ready to take on the Avalanche. Before we get the opening puck drop, let's take you down to ice level and get tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Getting set for the opening face-off between the Bruins and the Avalanche. We'll take a look at our starting lineups here today. In goal for the Avalanche is Scott Wedgwood. On defense, the pairing is Sam Malinsky and Ilya Solovyov. Up front, we got Gabriel Landeskog, Brock Nelson, and Valerie Nichushkin. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman gets the starting goal. Hampus Lindholm back in the lineup. He'll skate alongside Andrew Peeke. And up front, John Beecher, his first appearance this season. Sean Corrali in the middle, Mark Kaslik on the right.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Terry Richard. No, check that. It's Dan Kennedy of Northbridge, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Dan's going to win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Terry can wait until tomorrow. Bruins in the home or in the road whites with black pants. Avalanche, there were rumors they might break out the old Quebec Nordiques uniforms tonight, but plain old Avs colors as the puck goes out of play here right off the opening face-off, and so we'll have to get another drop of the puck right off the bat. And hopefully that's not a start of things to come after we had what's close to 70 face-offs in that game in Vegas.
Yeah, what did we count? 68? 68
it was
face-offs.
65 with a few minutes to go.
I think I counted 68 in that one.
So they'll face it off in front of the Bruins bench on the far side. Sean Corrali wins the draw. Lindholm gets it over to Peeke, off the near boards, out of the reach of Kastelik, played back into neutral ice. Here's Nichushkin, getting it deep into Boston territory. Peeke goes back to retrieve it and plays it out from behind the net. Beecher in the far corner, tried to play it back in behind. It was picked off and wrapped back up the near boards. Thrown across the ice into the far corner by Solovyov. And Corrali's got it along the far side wall. Outlet comes across the ice. Peeke will get up to the red line, pick up that free puck and dump it in. Pasternak gets in there deep against the Avs, Sam Malinsky. Around toward the far side, here's Natchez playing it off the far boards. McKinnon left it through neutral ice and gets it right back on that right wing side. Pulls up along the far circle. Looking to deal it maybe back toward Makar, but batted out of the zone. Bruins will get whistled for an early icing.
That's played pretty well that time. I mean, Lorai's got to keep those feet moving. If Nate McKinnon gets the engine revved up through the neutral zone as he did there, coming down the right side, And Lohrei stayed with him. And he turned, McKinnon did, right at the top of the circle. Lohrei went to close on him, and then he had help from the backside from Pavel Zacha. Zacha knocked the puck away, and it ends up being icing. But if you can double him in those situations and keep him as much to the outside as possible, then you're doing your job.
Elias Lindholm with a false start on the face-off, gets a warning. Face-off to the left of Jeremy Swayman, down to our left as well. Off the draw, McCarr fired it across to Taves, and his shot redirected, goes just wide of Swayman. Zacha got it off the far boards, and McAvoy will push it out of the zone. Pasternak coming ahead to the attacking blue line and just dangled a little bit too much.
Zacha was trying to get ahead of steam going up that left wing side. I believe it was him that went outside on the left wing.
Again, Pavel Zacha joining Lindholm and Pasternak. Geekie moved to the de facto second line tonight, along with Casey Middlestat and Mikey Asimon, who gets bumped up there. Off the face-off, Colorado with control. Nachos at center ice. Pass toward the left side. Asimon able to reach a stick in there and poke that one free. Casey Middlestat gets it deep into Colorado territory. Middlestat traded from Colorado to Boston at the deadline last year. Exactly a year to the day after he had been traded from Buffalo to Colorado. Jokiharju throws one toward the net. That one blocked off in the near side circle. Asimon turning with it along the near wall. Backhands it back down toward the corner. Geekie will get it as it comes behind the net. Swept it back toward the point for Zadorov, but that was picked off. Taves going to carry it up to the Boston line. Drops it off. Here's McKinnon from the left circle. Shot gets blocked off of Jokiharju. Geekie couldn't corral it coming through the neutral zone. Forces Manson a little bit deeper into the Avs end and then heads off on a change. Puck sent deep into Boston territory by Olofsson. Around the far boards, it came in Jeannot's direction, but never really got there as Colton was able to get a stick in there and get it back in deep. Arvidsson along the near side boards trying to knock down a puck that came at him about waist high. Hampus Lindholm got it out into neutral ice, poked it forward, but driven right back in by Brent Burns. Brent Burns playing in his 930th consecutive game tonight, which is by far the longest active streak and the fourth longest all time in NHL history. Lohrei gets it to Corrali, chips into the left wing corner, goes to get it himself. Plays it around the near side boards, back to McAvoy at the right point. Now on to Corrali near side, back to McAvoy for a one-timer, and it hit Beecher in front and went just wide.
Kaslik and Beecher standing around the front of the net.
McAvoy, top of the right circle, got it across, and they score! And it's Johnny Beecher. First time in the lineup, and he gets a goal early as the Bruins grab a 1-0 lead.
Establishing the shot initially and getting bodies there, that's something that Marco Sturm talked to us about, that he thought that they did a good job once they got that puck in the offensive zone. And the fact that Kaslik goes to the net, he's going to occupy Burns there. The passing lane opens up perfectly for McAvoy. McAvoy gets to the top of the right wing circle, fake slap shot, but his eyes are up. And it's not a hard pass, but you got to have the eyes up. And then Beecher going to the net on the back door. He sells shots, so goaltender has to play that shot. And it's a perfect wind-up pass to Johnny Beecher coming in on the back door.
So Beecher,
wide open net.
Beecher was limited to just 3 goals last year. Gets one here in his season debut.
When did he get those goals?
2 of them in the first 5 games, including one here in Colorado, by the way. So he's got 2 in his last 2 games in Denver. As Zacha forces one toward the Avs net, it'll get covered up by Scott Wedgwood. Wedgwood's been out to a terrific start, by the way, 4-0-1. He's started all 6 now games for the Avs. 1.58 goals against and a .939 save percentage for him in the absence of Mackenzie Blackwood, who's just about ready to come back after some surgery during the offseason.
He's only allowed, the Avs have only allowed 6 5-on-5 goals so far this season.
16:32 to go here in the first.
5 games, 6 5-on-5 goals.
As off a face-off, Zadorov from the center of the blue line will play it around behind the net. Lindholm in a battle with Brock Nelson. Nelson will come free with a puck. Gives to Landeskog. Skating it out through neutral ice and trying to spring Nelson into the attack zone. Zadorov Played it along toward the near side. Elias Lindholm takes a bump from Manson and gets the puck out of the zone. Burns, long pass up the far side, comes quickly across ice, and here's Landeskog coming down the left wing circle against Jokiharju. Henry puts him to the boards behind the net. Burns at the far point, sends one across. Manson disrupted by Pasternak. Jokiharju will angle a puck ahead, and here's Pasternak with a 2-on-1. Pasternak moving in, got it across, and back. Zacha trying to leave it in front of the net for Pasternak. They never really got the shot as Wedgwood covers it up.
Zacha is really frustrated with himself right here. Good pass that beats everybody up the ice, and it's going to be Pasternak coming down the right. Nice indirect pass. Burns, the only defenseman back. He slides. The pass goes underneath him. Zacha's going to come across the front like he wants to go to the backhand and then just try to drop it back off for Pasternak, and he doesn't get anything on it, and it sits right there for Wedgwood to cover up. He didn't even have to make a save.
15:44 left here in the first. Bruins with a 1-0 lead. Peak from the right point, fires across the ice. Geekie tried to play it off the carom, but taken away, and McKinnon will bring up ice with speed. Gives it off along the right side. Nate just cutting along the center of the blue line. Taves will play it back down low. Past McKinnon it goes. Into the far corner. Hampus Lindholm against Lehkonen in there. Nate just now in that far corner gets shoved by Geekie. Puck will come free to Peak at the back of the net. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. And now Taves will reset. McCarr skates it into the right corner. A centering pass. Bruins were there to break that up. And Asamont will push it up the wall, but not out. Nate just turned it back over, though. And Asamont has some space, and he'll come out into neutral ice. Asamont really knocked down a pass from Geekie. McCarr headed back the other way in a hurry. Left wing, the pass comes to Drury. Brings it out toward the blue line, hands off. Colton played back down toward the corner. Stepping toward the back of the net, he threw one out in front that bounced off of Swayman.
Yeah, went off somebody.
Lifted out of the zone by Arvidsson. Avs control back in their own zone. Solovyov's pass redirected deep by Colton. Swayman pushed it around toward the far corner. Jeannot comes back to play it, but has it stolen by Drury. Back out to the blue line, barely kept in. Solovyov tried to throw into the net. That's blocked by Arvidsson. Ricochets back out through center ice. Coming up on 6 minutes gone here in the first period. Bruins on the board first. Solovyov played it toward the right side, and a dump in from Malinsky. From the behind the Bruins net, it squirted away from Zadorov. Comes free in the middle here, and Kastelik's got it. He whips a pass through neutral ice. Beecher will chip it down the right wing corner and try to go in there and get it. And he reaches around Bardakov and gets a stick in there. Corrali had his, or nope, that's Burns who had his stick broken. But the Avs move up ice. Gavin Brindley to the back of the net. Hits off the back of the cage, and chance for Corrali to carry out of the zone. He does. Gets caught coming through neutral ice. Turned it over to Brindley, and both teams get some changes on here with 6:45 gone in the first. Ron Taves. They'll work it off toward the near side for McKinnon. Dump in. Swayman stopped it behind the net. Peak backhands it up the near wall. Elias Lindholm slips it through the neutral zone. Pasternak turns back to get it. And near the red line has his pass taken away. Here's McKinnon moving in. Backhander scores. A turnover in the neutral zone quickly backfires for the Bruins, and the Avs tie it at 1.
Another fairly quick answer by a team there against the Bruins, but it's a turnover. Bruins have full possession of this puck right in front of the bench. And Pasternak, when he gets that puck, he tries to make he turns and he tries to make a pass into the middle, and it gets picked off, and then they zip that pass over to McKinnon. Nachos made the pass over, and McKinnon is gone. Makes a nice move. He comes in with so much speed, forehand, backhand, able to slide it home as Zacha was trying to get back in the back check.
So 12:52 left here in the first, and we're all even. Nathan McKinnon, 5 goals and 9 points in 6 games already this season. Puck dumped deep into Boston territory. Lohrei under pressure immediately. Poke that puck into the far corner. Stays with it. Gets it into the middle for McAvoy, who steps in front of Jeremy Swayman. Plays it up the right wing side. Here's Elias Lindholm. Lindholm pulls up along the near side circle, and center just knocked away from Pasternak as he was coming down the slot.
Juszczyk got back on that back check.
Taves will get it deep into Boston territory as it comes all the way around the near boards and back out of the zone.
Oh, was it Lehkonen that made that pass on the steal? So,
credit him with the assist,
yes.
Yeah. And we get a whistle and an offside here against the Avalanche. So we'll take our first time out. 12-12 left here in the first period. Been one shot on goal credited to each side, and both of them have found the back of the net. It's 1-1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Listen every Monday and Friday to Read and React on Zolak and Bertrand, presented by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. On call 24 hours a day. John Sewer is ready to react to any clogged drain emergency. They're named to know when the drains don't flow. John Sewer. We get the job done.
Route 1 Grill House in Saugus is the place to be. With a 70-person function room and relaxed outdoor dining, it's perfect for any occasion. The best part? The food is irresistible. Baby back ribs, steak tips, seafood, pizza, you name it, they got it. Plus, this football season, enjoy 50-cent wings, and they got the Sunday ticket for every game on Sunday. They also have an extensive martini list and a large selection of draft beer. What more could you want? Located just before Sullivan Tire on Route 1 South, this family spot is one of a kind, so don't get it confused with any other restaurant. Make Route 1 Grill House your next dining destination and tell the Floramo brothers that Joe Murray sent you.
Be sure to tune in to 3 Up, 3 Down with Greg Bedard, presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey every Tuesday during Felger and Maz. And enjoy the game with the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Please drink responsibly. 40% alcohol by volume. 80 proof. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
We've got another winner in our New England Ford First Five contest, as Dan Kennedy of Northbridge, Mass. has won a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. And that, again, is because Johnny Beecher scored just .311 into this one. Set up by Charlie McAvoy, Mason Lohrei assisting. But the Avalanche have tied it at 1. We've got 12 minutes to go here in the first period as the Bruins come forward. They'll drive the puck deep on a delayed offside. Middlestat having to go back and tag up. Solovyov will clear out of the Av zone. Sent deep into Boston territory. Wrapped toward the near side, Colton. Couldn't slow it up. And it'll be brought forward by Asimon, who dumps in all the way around to the far side. Tipped along the far boards by Malinsky, but the Bruins hold the line. Geekie on that far wall. He and Middlestat bumped into each other, but Middlestat winds up with the puck, tried to get it back toward Geekie, taken away, and pushed out into neutral ice. Colton harassed from behind by Geekie, forced a turnover. Middlestat coming toward the high slot, but couldn't find a lane to get into shooting position. Back into neutral ice. Hampus Lindholm feeds Geekie on the left side. Sends it around behind the Avalanche net. Arvidsson to it first, around near side. Peak throws one back around the wall. Picked up on the far side and brought in behind the net by Jeannot, but then sticked away by Solovyov. And the Avalanche get it out. And now trying to get an odd man rush going. The Bruins able to get back. Peak was first.
Yeah, can't hesitate there. Otherwise, it's 2-on-1. Peak just went right for the puck carrier.
Manson lifts it into the Bruins defensive zone. Peak to Hampus Lindholm. Whipped across ice by Jeannot. Arvidsson got a little wrong-footed there. Couldn't quite handle it. Burns to Nachas, and he'll turn it up ice. From the red line and across the Boston Blue. Sends one into the middle, and a chance for Lehkonen gets blocked up and out of play off of McAvoy.
Nachas is another guy that can absolutely fly when he gets back. He's almost just as fast with the puck if he is without it. And it's when those guys get revved up coming through the middle of the ice, that's why that, if the Bruins, they need to be connected in both the neutral zone and the D zone, well, all zones really, but to slow the Avs down. It starts with a forecheck. And then how did you defend through the middle of the ice?
Can't get it out here, and McKinnon with a shot that skims just wide of Swayman's glove.
Turnover.
On the near side wall, McKinnon able to keep it free. Back at the point, Taves will play it back down toward the corner. There's Makar stepping into a shot. That one blocked by a sliding Beecher, and it goes up and over the glass out of play.
Yeah, the Bruins have full possession of that puck. I think a little change of mind in what Mason Lohrei wanted to do. The next thing you know, they're coming right back at you. shot just wide to the glove side in that left wing circle. Turnovers, right? Manage the puck, little details.
Face off.
Turnover leads to the first goal.
Controlled by the Bruins. Zadorov wraps it up the far boards past a couple of Avs players and out into neutral ice. Dumped back in by Taves. Shoots off the far wall. And Zacha, his pass picked off. And McKinnon tries to get it right back toward the net. Came loose to McCarr coming toward the slot. Zadorov blocked his effort. Now McKinnon fires one toward the front. That one blocked and goes out of play as well.
The Bruins have been forced to block, 3 shots here in the last minute or two. Less than 2 minutes.
9:41 to go here in the first period, and we step aside.
Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
So I'm running late for a hugely important meeting. Of course, traffic is bad. And then I got rear-ended. The timing was inconvenient. But I have to say, safety insurance made the claims process unbelievably convenient. I simply uploaded pics of my car. The claims adjuster sent me back an estimate. I even got the money to cover the repair digitally. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms conveniently.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Fans head to TD Garden on Tuesday night as the Boston Bruins take on the Florida Panthers. Starting at 7:30 p.m. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets and secure your seat to cheer on the Bees.
Well, and to see Brad Marchand make come back. Unless he gets suspended.
Yeah, had a little dust up today with Dahlin from Buffalo. Panthers have lost 4 in a row all of a sudden. They've been outscored 15-4 in 4 games.
Started 3-0 and
face-off will be inside the Bruins' defensive zone. Avs win that, and a drive from the point by Manson scores. And the Avalanche grab their first lead just past the midway point of this first period.
Clean face-off win here by the Avs, and it's just a simple play. Tim and Burns at the point. Manson's in the middle of the ice. And no sight line at all for Swayman.
Brock Nelson able to get in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, it just... no sight line whatsoever, and you can tell he didn't even move. And that shot goes by everybody.
So Manson gets the goal at 10:22. And we got a whistle, and Colorado is offside here as they tried to gain entry right back into the Boston zone. That's the first of the season for Josh Manson, former Northeastern Husky.
Playing the point. A lot of times, if you've got a righty and a lefty, they'll switch in that situation. But you got 2 righties playing there. They've got 4 righties on the back end, and Manson not crazy about playing the left side. He's way more comfortable on the right side. He was talking about it, and he says Burns is playing with him now. And he said it can't be easy for him because he goes, I'm lost sometimes over on the left side. But that one he hammers with a good spot in front by Brock Nelson. So Landeskog and Burns get the assists on it. Landeskog helping out on the draw and getting that puck, rotating it back to the right point, and just a pass in the middle. If you can get that shot through with bodies getting to the net, as Brock Nelson did, it's going to be a dangerous shot.
Landeskog came back for 5 games in the playoffs last year after missing 3 years with a knee cartilage transplant. There's McAvoy setting up for Lohrei. His shot gets blocked off into the far corner. Arvidsson deals it around the near boards. McAvoy down to the hash marks, keeps it free. Minton out near the blue line, tried to shoot. That didn't make it to the net. Chenot's got it near circle. Centering pass for Arvidsson, fanned on a one-timer. Lohrei at the blue line to keep in. Around the near side it comes. Janot seals his man off. McAvoy throws it at the net, and Wedgwood kicks it up over the glass in the far corner, out of play.
Janot a little upset. Maybe he had his stick held there. Good shift coming back here after the goal was scored. That line, putting some pressure on. Arvidsson had a good chance there, and Janot was going to take the shot, and I'm sure Arvidsson had the stick cocked and ready to go, and so Janot tried to find him, and Arvidsson just couldn't catch up with it.
Tanner Janot playing in his 300th career NHL game tonight. Face-off win by Elias Lindholm. Hampus Lindholm fed Peak. His shot ends up around into the far corner. Avs will start out of their zone. HS will play it down into the left wing corner. Gets it free, and here's McKinnon coming out from behind the net off the feed. Trying to tuck that one in against Swayman. HS in the left wing corner. Brings it out toward the top of the circle. Now pivots back along the wall. Hampus Lindholm staying with him as he goes back and forth. Centering pass came all the way through to Zacha, and he backhands it out of the zone. Bruins getting a change on here as McCarr does a quick up pass to McKinnon. Deep it goes behind Swayman, who comes out into the trapezoid to play it. But sent it around the far side, and it got picked off the wall. Thrown back toward the net, but off the outside of the net on the shot by Brindley. Avalanche maintain possession here. Burns, straight on shot from the blue line. Forces a blocker save. Near side, it comes back toward Manson at the point. Tried to backhand it through Kastelik, who kicked it out of the zone. Manson can gather it back into the zone, but McKinnon was still in there offside. Draws a whistle.
Yeah, Manson, just to elaborate, and we've talked in the past, off air, I've brought up in conversation, has there ever been a righty that has played the left side on defense that was a real good player? You know, somebody that really stands out, because there's a lot of lefties that play the right side. I mean, just look no further than Ray Bourque. But anybody in hockey that I've asked that question to, they have not come up with a good name. And there's just righties that just do not play the left side. I don't know why that is.
Right, you would think, if you're able to do it on, a righty can play on.
It's different. It really is. The angles are different. The way you turn is different. It is different. But if you're used to, you got to get used to it. But it's just nobody can come up with a good name.
Here is Manson throwing one toward the front. That blocked in behind the net by Corrali. At the back of the net, Zadorov picks up the free puck. Bruins moving left to right here in the first period, trailing 2-1. Brought through neutral ice, backhanded into the air by Corrali, and softly lands on the glove of Wedgwood. He'll hang on for a face-off in the Avalanche zone. After 12 years with the Islanders, and the Avs will get whistled for a quick icing here.
I guess there's other teams that win face-offs and ice the puck, too.
They'll move the face-off to the other circle this time. On the far side to the right of Wedgwood.
Zacha's going to take it instead of Lindholm.
It will be Nelson again for Colorado. And Zacha wins it. Taken off the far boards by Lohrei. Tried to get it to the front of the net. Blocked off of Nichushkin. Zacha from his knees in the far corner. Able to shovel it along for Elias Lindholm. Lohrei, he stick handled it at the blue line. Took it offside and sent it back in. Draws another whistle.
Nichushkin being back and being hopefully in good mental and physical health, and he's a huge factor for them. He's a big man, and he can play, and he's anchored on that second line right now. Hard to believe he went through an entire season without a goal.
Yeah.
They're trying to catch up to last night's pace. Or
we're getting whistles every few seconds here at this point. A bit choppy here with 6:46 to go in this first half. As it ricochet off the backboards, and Swayman will cover that at the side of the net for another whistle.
Yeah, they didn't look too interesting in back of that puck first. Nichushkin had the good head of steam coming up past the blue line there.
So in just about 13 and a half minutes, we have had 21 faceoffs already. Avalanche will bring out McKinnon and company for this draw in the offensive zone. Fraser Minton will take it for the Bruins. And off the face-off, Bruins control it. Zadorov will ice it. Can we go longer than the almost 3-hour game we had in Vegas the other night? For those who didn't stay up late enough, we signed off after 1 a.m. Eastern time the other night. So the face-off will come to the near circle down to our left, to the right of Swayman. Minton against McKinnon again. And the puck comes into the corner, and it'll be lobbed out into neutral ice. It gets through Jeannot, tried to glove it down, and that's going to be another icing. Keeping your tally yet?
No, I haven't gotten that far. I had to keep it last year because it got so bad, but I do it for both teams. But.
Right. First period.
It's just the pace of play. I want to see Colorado play. I want to see the Bruins stop them. I want to see these two teams go at it. This is painful. The last few minutes.
Minton against Nelson on this face-off. False start. Everybody gets reset. And then the Avalanche control. McKinnon got it over to Makar. Down the right circle. He wheels back out of the corner. Gives it back out to McKinnon, who faked a one-timer. And then Minton able to take it away from him and gets taken down. And the Bruins will get a power play.
I think he stepped on the puck.
What broke? McKinnon's stick broke.
I think when he fell. Jared Bednar's got a look on his face like, stepped on the puck.
So McKinnon goes off for tripping. That's with 6:08 to go in the first period, and Bruins get the first man advantage of the game.
He stepped on the puck, and when he fell, he broke the stick of McKinnon.
Yeah, he did. Crowd watches the replay and gives the appropriate response.
Well, take advantage of it.
Bruins 3 out of 19 on the power play this year.
I think that's one where the referees should get together.
Right. Here's Zaka, lost it at the blue line. Parker Kelly racing up the right wing side here for Colorado. He deals into the middle, and a chance by Drury just wide on the glove side. Pastrnak will bring the Bruins back up ice. Chips it in past Makar, seals him off along the far boards. Around the near side corner it comes, and a chance to clear, and they do with Drury doing the honors. McAvoy will circle back to retrieve here for Boston. Deals up the left side for Elias Lindholm, who pushes it forward. Taves will get back to it first. Makar in the far corner. Pressured by Elias Lindholm. Puck came behind the net to Pastrnak. Works it toward the far corner. Tried to center. It was blocked in behind the net. Lindholm keeps it moving. Geeky at the right circle. Back up top to McAvoy. Over to the far side. Pasternak's one-timer blocked by Nichushkin. Pastrnak holds it in for the moment at the blue line, and then has it cleared by Lehkonen. Geeky just outside the Colorado line. It's taken down along the near boards by Manson, and we get a whistle. And the faceoff's going to come outside the zone here with 51 to go on the power play.
Yeah, good block by Nichushkin over on that side. Pastrnak trying to rip that puck from the left wing circle. Bruins try to establish that position up the ice here. Usually that's a defenseman fronting that shot. That time Nichushkin did it.
Bruins went 1 out of 3 on the power play in Vegas on Thursday night. 3 power play goals in 5 games for them so far this year. And as the puck is cleared all the way down ice here by Burns. So starting behind Swayman, Hampus Lindholm. Deals up the right side. Asamont gets it down into the right wing corner. Burns hammers it around the boards, kept by Lohrei at the far hash marks. Hampus Lindholm rather, back to Lohrei at the left circle and shot it off the outside of the net. Arvidsson gets to it along the far boards and keeps alive. Here's Hampus Lindholm, straight on shot, and a rebound there for Asamont as Wedgwood got enough of it. Lindholm fires a shot just wide. Far side, Lorai. And it taken away by Kelly. Kelly moving up the right wing side.
Good
into
hustle
the middle
by
for Nelson.
Arvidsson to come back there, make that a 2-on-2.
Final 3 seconds of the power play as Arvidsson gets it across the line into the Colorado zone. Floats one toward Wedgwood. Short hops in there. He couldn't corral it. Taken behind the net by Solovyov. And he'll bring Colorado forward to McKinnon. Near side. Nishushkin will dump it deep. Swayman stops it at the back of the net. Hands off for Zadorov, who rims it around the near side. Nobody was there. And it won't go far enough for an icing. Solovyov was trying. He was pumping those legs. 3:35 to go in this first period. 2-1 Avalanche lead it. Teams at full strength. Nachas sends around behind Swayman all the way to the near side. Jokiharju reversed it back behind the net. Taken out of the far corner in a centering pass. Comes all the way through. Taves gives it on for McKinnon. Near the high slot, Nachas turns, fires. Kicked away in front of the net by Zadorov. Kastelik finds Beecher in the neutral ice, who plays it forward. Bruins getting a change done here as the Avalanche come back quickly. Taves juggling the puck, and a shot coming right toward the slot by Lehkonen. Swayman turned that aside. McKinnon had it poke checked away by Kastelik. The Bruins clear. Under 3 minutes to go in the period. Dale McCarr near his own blue line. Backs up. Comes back forward now, and a pass tipped into the attack zone by Drury, and Swayman's going to cover that up with Ross Colton heading his way on the left wing side.
Yeah, so the Bruins back off in that 1-2-2, and McCarr's going to hold up and wait there, and then he'll try to advance and then try to make that pass, and the Bruins can stand up at the blue line. You know, they don't take it away. It just rolls in calmly enough there on Swayman, and he'll take the cover, but that's better connected there in the neutral zone, slowing them up.
Full control. Manson gives it into the middle of the blue line. That shot skimmed off the outside of the net from Olofsson. Back down toward the corner and around the far boards. It'll come to Burns. Burns gets it back down low. Skip past Drury toward the near side. And out toward the blue line. And another shot by Olofsson. This one scooped up with a glove by Swayman.
Olofsson's a guy that can shoot it too. And he's still looking for his first goal of the season here with Colorado. But
2:16 to play here in the first period. Colorado has a 2-1 lead. Here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Wendy's, open till midnight or later.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HRV. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Bruins trail 2-1 with 2:16 to go here in the first period. Johnny Beecher getting the Bruins on the board early in this one. Charlie McAvoy and Mason Lorai assisted. And with those feeds, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for Families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Face-off coming up in the Bruins defensive zone. Game 2 of this 3-game road trip, which will close out tomorrow in Utah. That'll be a 7 o'clock Eastern time start, 5 Mountain.
They're sitting there waiting. They had a win last night. A couple of guys with 4-point games, Schmaltz and Keller.
And we'll get another whistle here as the Bruins are going to get, well, they were going to get whistled offside, it looked like, but there's also a penalty here coming up. So the Avalanche power play, 3 out of 20 so far this season. And off a face-off in the Bruins' defensive zone. Able to get it cleared. Corrali's backhander just got through McCarr. McCarr comes back from his own zone. He'll leave the puck behind for Nachus, who comes through the neutral ice with speed. Gathers in across the line. Left side for Nelson. Back toward Nachus of the circle. Up top for McCarr. McKinnon along the left wing circle now. Goes down low with it and gets it right back. It takes the shot from just outside the dot, and Swayman took that in the chest and hangs on to it. Bruins penalty killers surrendered 2 on 6 opportunities for Vegas on Thursday night. They had been a perfect 14 for 14 going into that game. Elias Lindholm will match up against Brock Nelson on this faceoff. And off the draw, they win it. Zadorov hammers it around the boards and all the way down the ice. 1:20 to go on the power play here for the Avalanche. That'd take it down to about 2 seconds left in the period if they can't score. McKinnon through neutral ice with speed. Hands off just inside the blue line for Nelson. Back down toward McKinnon in the corner. Comes back toward Nelson and pops free. Nachos handed on for McCarr. Into the far corner. Zadorov gets a hit, frees up the puck, and cleared down ice by Beecher.
Separation down low and able to move that puck into the middle. Good clear.
McCarr will bring it out toward his own blue line and drops it back again to Nachos. He in turn drops back to McKinnon. Now to Landeskog on the left wing side. They get set up. McCarr over to that right wing circle. Pass back to him from Lehkonen. Near side, and McKinnon one-timer sticked aside by Swayman. 28 to go on the power play. Puck tangled along the near side corner. Sent behind the net. Hampus Lindholm was there. Gets it to Jeannot. And shorthanded ahead comes Beecher. Or Zaka, rather. Just inside the Colorado line. Tried to find Corrali, who was coming on late, but didn't connect. Corrali, though, able to win the puck back from Landeskog and force it back deep, and then goes down. And the Boston crowd, or the Boston fans here in the crowd, wanted a penalty on that. Don't get it. And the power play will come to an end, and with it, the period will come to an end as well, as Colorado will head to the locker room with a 2-1 lead at the end of 20 minutes. Now, Johnny Beecher got the Bruins on the board, but McKinnon and Manson answer back for the Avalanche, and it's 2-1 Colorado at the end of 1. We'll be back with our first intermission on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic.
The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team. NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Electrical contractors, Granite City Electric has a convenient way for you to pick up and access your materials 24/7. Introducing the GCE Night Train Depot. Pick up supplies when it's convenient for you. All materials are stored safely indoors and order size doesn't matter. It's not a locker. Best of all, it's free with over 27 Night Train Depot locations across New England. Convenience and savings all delivered to you from Granite City Electric Supply. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network. Kids eat free at the 99 restaurants every Sunday in October and on Halloween. Visit the 99 for lunch or dinner, and kids get a free meal from the kids menu with every adult entree purchased. You gotta love the Nines.
At Meineke, doing car care right means Meineke certified technicians fix whatever your car needs. They fix it right and back it up with nationwide warranties. Brakes? They do that. Tires? Yep, they do that. Engine repairs, air conditioning, tune-up, suspension, alignments, oil changes. Meineke does it all. See for yourself. Visit Meineke.com today and schedule an appointment. Each Meineke is independently owned and operated. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Back here in Colorado, where the Avalanche have a 2-1 lead over the Bruins at the end of one period of play. And as we usually do on Saturdays, we're going to get a look at some of the other action from around the league this week, which saw the Hurricanes remain perfect early on in the season. Tom Wilson reaching the 400-point milestone. Cole Caulfield and the Canadiens continued their late-game heroics, and so much more. Here are your NHL plays of the week.
Now for Velarde. Kicks it from his skate to his stick. Indirect back toward the line for Morrissey. Morrissey's wrist shot deflected in front. They score! Mark Scheifele with his second of the afternoon gives Winnipeg a 3-2 lead. Excellent work by the Winnipeg Jets down low. And the big guns come ablazing for the go-ahead goal, and they've got it.
Talk about battle. Aho back for Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Aho. He kept it in. 25 seconds left. Jarvis. Aho with it. Aho leaves it for Gostisbehere. Back to Aho. Shooting spot for Jarvis. Game over! Seth Jarvis wins it in overtime. So he sets it up in behind the net. McBain. Back to the line. Sergachev trying to walk it. Can't do it. And now Gunther's got it. Gunther drags it right to the front. Gunther, he scores! Dylan Gunther! Oh, what a move! 3-2, and Utah wins it.
Minnesota's able to change their penalty killers, and here come the Blue Jackets. Ken Johnson brings it in. Leaves it on the left side for Marchenko. Back to Jenner. Now to Zach Werenski. Hands it back to Marchenko, left wing circle. Give to Werenski. Back Marchenko. One-time shot. And he scores! A tip of the cap to Kirill Marchenko. He's got the first hat trick of the season, and the Blue Jackets have a 5-2 lead.
Anaheim has yet to possess the puck. Celebrini tries to put it through the feet of Carlson. It's knocked away, and Granlund gives it to Leo. Into the zone he comes. He scores! Leo wins it in overtime. The Ducks are the first one to 7.
Matty Beniers watched by Tomas Hertl. 6 seconds left. Beniers, left circle, shot on, rebound, scores! Yes! McCann in overtime! Jared McCann wins it for Seattle. Their first 2-0 start in team history. 2-1 over Vegas.
Well, was Vince Dunn picking up the puck inside the blue line? He knew the time on the clock. It was about 7 seconds. He got a shot off. McCann was in front. He finds the rebound. He buries it. 2-1 overtime win. Bring on the funnel cakes.
Lane Hudson cuts around in the slot. Down the right side, Hudson stops, drops it. Caulfield working in. Scores! Cole Caulfield tucks it, top shelf. Lane Hudson with the feed. And the Montreal Canadiens cap off the comeback in overtime.
And coming aboard is Chikrin. Sturm remains. Alex Ovechkin on for the first time here in OT. Only a minute 10 gone by on the Capitals. Several chances to try and win the game. Here's Wilson circling in. And a puck centered for Chikrin. He scores! Jacob Chikrin, the overtime game winner. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Tampa Bay. Tom Wilson, his 400th point on the overtime winner from Jacob Chikrin. The win streak at 3 as the Caps rally to take down the Bolts.
Works
Across ice now with a chance. Blocked. Riley starts back. Riley and Matthews 2-on-1. Across the line with Nylander closing. Nylander in. They score! Nylander to Matthews. Overtime winner.
Now the Oilers get it deep. 16 seconds left. Drouin steals it away. He's got time and space. It's a 2-on-1. Now it's a 2-on-0. Drouin, Horvat, hat trick. 4-2 Islanders, and Bo Horvat has 3 of them. Take a bow, Bo Horvat. 3 of the 4 Islanders goals, and the hats rang down from UBS Arena.
Looking good for Nashville here to clear it, as it is poked to center for Philip Forsberg. And now Marchessault into the zone, tries a shot, good block by Lane Hudson, still time. Here's Caulfield, down the wing, shot, scores! I can't believe it! I cannot believe it! This team has found a way again! Hudson with the game-saving block, and Caulfield puts it home off the short side to tie it at 2. Tied up in the corner, 8 seconds to play. Suzuki digs it loose, out in front, Caulfield shot, scores! There's another from Cole Caulfield. Ties the game late in the third, wins the game in overtime, and Montreal take it by a 3-2 final.
All right, there are your NHL plays of the week. We are through one period of play here in Colorado. The Avalanche have a 2-1 lead over the Bruins. We'll be back to check the out-of-town scores next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers. Kids eat free at the 99 every Sunday in October. Kids get a free meal from the kids menu with every adult entree purchased. You gotta love the 9s.
Here's Boston defenseman Charlie McAvoy on treating his hair loss with Leonard Hair Transplant Associates.
You never think about it as a kid when you have a full head of hair that, you're destined for that same fate. But when I started noticing 22, 23, didn't really know what I could do about it. And then it was just really natural how through the guys I was able to meet Dr. Lepresti and then going over and talking to him and finding out how seamless it would be to get the results that I was looking for. And I couldn't be happier with the work that he's done and how well he's treated me.
Call 1-800-GET-HAIR for a free in-person or virtual consultation.
Hey, it's Maz for Xfinity. Now that we're back into the excitement of football season and analyzing each pass, catch, hit, and every other play of every single game, you know how important it is to have the very best game day experience while watching the games on TV. But we've all been there, right? The crew's getting together to watch over at a friend's house. Everyone's pumped and into the football game, but the setup? Total mess. Lagging, buffering, and switching between apps trying to find the game. And that's the worst. If you call yourself a true football fan, you gotta have Xfinity just like I do. I have all the best games all in one place, plus enhanced 4K so it feels like I'm in the stadium. Here's all you have to do to get started, and it's easy. Just call or visit Xfinity.com or drop into an Xfinity store today. Next game day, don't be that guy with the bad setup. Make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Be prepared on game day. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. All you need to do to get started is call or visit Xfinity.com or drop into an Xfinity store today. Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. Media Group Station.
Bruins trailing 2-1 here in Colorado at the end of one period of play. Let's take a look at the other action around the NHL this afternoon. The Buffalo Sabres, a 3-0 victory over the Florida Panthers. Panthers have now lost 4 in a row. Josh Doan had 2 goals for Buffalo in that one. New York Islanders came from a goal down in the third period, beat the Senators 5-4 on an Anders Lee game winner with just 63 seconds left. New Jersey Devils moved to 4-1 with a 5-3 victory at home over the Oilers today. Jack Hughes with a goal and 2 assists in that game. Final in overtime up in Toronto, the Seattle Kraken with a 4-3 victory. Josh Mahura getting the game winner in that one for Seattle. Up in Montreal, the Canadiens got out to a great start. They were up 2-0 just over 3 minutes into the game, but the Rangers came back and ended up winning that game by the final score of 4-3. Overtime game in Philadelphia tonight as well. The Flyers get the game winner from Noah Cates, his second of the season, and Philadelphia wins it by the score of 2-1. They've gone final in Columbus with the Blue Jackets getting the victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Final there was 3-2. St. Louis Blues with a 3-1 win on home ice over the Dallas Stars. That's Dallas's first loss of the season. The Winnipeg Jets, a winner at home 4-1 over the Nashville Predators. Mark Scheifele with a goal there. He is now the all-time leading point man in Winnipeg Jets history. That's this version of the Winnipeg Jets that includes the history of the Atlanta Thrashers as well. And games in progress right now. One other game in progress right now, I should say. End of one. Carolina with a 2-0 lead over the LA Kings. They're just about to get going in Vegas, where the Golden Knights are hosting Calgary tonight, and Pittsburgh paying a visit to the winless San Jose Sharks as well. Bruins trail 2-1 at the end of one. We'll have the second period when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Layer on the flavor with the DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
At National Grid, we know home is where you feel your best. That's why we're dedicated to making your home comfortable and energy efficient year-round. With a home energy assessment, you can learn how your home uses energy and receive a custom report with helpful recommendations. You can also learn about energy-saving solutions such as insulation, air sealing, and more. If you're ready to save energy at home, we'll be there for you every step of the way. Visit ngrid.com/assessment or call 866-527-SAVE to learn more. National Grid is a proud sponsor of Mass Save.
This is New England Patriots quarterback Josh Dobbs, and Autodesk is the official design and make platform of the New England Patriots. Autodesk is all around us, including here at Gillette Stadium. What fans might not know is that stadiums, buildings, and the new Patriots Training Center were built with the help of Autodesk Construction Cloud software. Autodesk helps the Patriots and the Kraft Group bring their construction vision to life.
Autodesk, changing how the world is designed and made. Visit Autodesk.com.
To succeed in today's tech-forward business world, you need skills that keep pace with tomorrow's challenges. At Northeastern University's DeMoore McKim School of Business, we believe our signature approach to experiential learning gives you the skills, insight, and confidence employers demand. Ready to make your mark? Connect with us at our Ask Me Anything event on November 12th. Save your spot at northeastern.edu/business events.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Gambling can be addictive, just like alcohol and other drugs. And like with other addictions, help for yourself or a loved one is out there. Call the Massachusetts Problem Gambling Helpline at 800-327-5050.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Face-off will be inside the Bruins' defensive zone. Avs win that, and a drive from the point by Manson scores. And the Avalanche grab their first lead just past the midway point of this first period. And that is the go-ahead goal right now. 2-1 Avalanche lead it as we get ready to start the second period. And fans, TD card holders, score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Boston getting on the board first in that first period. Johnny Beecher redirecting a slap pass from Charlie McAvoy. But the Avalanche able to get back-to-back goals to grab the lead. Boston will go from right to left here in the second period. Hampus Lindholm trying to corral a puck that comes into the Boston zone. It'll come back toward the end boards, and Peak and Nelson collide in pursuit. Kastelik with it as well as the puck's in his skates. Peak will pull that free toward the far corner. Gives it to Corrali and lifts it out of the zone with the backhand. Kastelik able to get in front of a pass intended for Landeskog at the red line. Avalanche now will move forward. Nichushkin will dump in. Swayman had it bounce past him as he came out behind the net to play it. Peak's pass got smothered along the end boards. And now pressure put on by McKinnon. Poked it along the wall, trying to get it back to the point. They do, and McCarr's shot ricocheting around in front before Corrali pushes it out up the middle. McCarr turning back with it near his own blue line. Nachas with the pass ahead. Takes the shot wide of Swayman. McCarr from the near circle sends one all the way across, and from just north of the goal line, McKinnon tried to put that one home.
He wasn't able to one-time it.
Gets it across now to McCarr from the right point. That shot got through, save made. Rebound was sitting in front. Hampus Lindholm gets it. Elias Lindholm able to keep McKinnon away.
Yeah, you got the two defensemen here in Hampus Lindholm and Peak who need a line change. Hampus is going to get off. Peak is still stuck out there.
Puck will be brought forward here by Drury. Takes the shot from the near circle. Swayman's got it between the pads. Gets the whistle, and that'll give Peak a chance to get off the ice as Sidorov gives Drury a little poke after the whistle.
Finished the hit on him, and Drury gave him a little whack, and Sidorov coming a little cross check back. That was a long shift for Peak. He took a couple of hits. He took a hit early in the shift.
Shots on goal in that first period were 7-7. The attempts were 23-15 in favor of the Avalanche. Bruins blocked 11 shots in the first 20 minutes. Fraser Minton will take the face-off in the defensive zone.
It was better, though. You know, it wasn't the obvious defensive breakdowns. It was a bad turnover.
Here's Manson dangling one in front, and it came free to Drury. Moving away from the net, got the shot in, and then the rebound. Swayman got back into position just in time.
That can't happen. Josh Manson allowed to do that.
Puck played off the far boards back to the point. Thrown back in deep and around near side. Comes back again to the point near side, and Burns whistles one wide of the net. Drury out of the far corner. And a skate away from Zadorov. Hands it off to Manson. Now it's Burns with a low shot, scooped up by Swayman with traffic in front of him.
Yeah, Colorado's starting to push. You know, a couple good shifts here to start this period. In Boston zone, some pucks to the net. That was a close call there from Drury after Manson was allowed to come from the blue line, off the left wing boards, attack the front of the net, and the puck ends up on Drury's stick.
Yeah, not trying to disparage Josh Manson. It's not Cale McCarr making that play. It's not Nathan McKinnon making that play.
No, I don't think he would take any offense to that.
The shot goes around behind the net. Brindley had it taken away briefly by McAvoy, but now played back from the near corner to the back of the net by Kelly. Brindley got it back off the far wall. They'll work it toward the near side for Malinsky. Off the backboards again it comes, and Asimont will clear it into the middle stat. From just inside the red line, dumps into the right wing corner. Reaching in there first was Solovia. And the Avalanche moving from left to right, break out. Kelly will dump it in and then a little shot in Yoki Haryu's direction before he headed back to the bench. Geeky gets it into the middle for Asamont coming through neutral ice. He'll dump one in on goal, and Wedgwood holds it for a long time and then gets the whistle. Asamont comes sniffing around the crease.
You know, Brent Burns got the assist on that Josh Manson goal, so he is now 1 point away from tying Bobby Orr.
Wow.
But
a few more seasons.
Well, definitely. but yes. He played forward a lot at the beginning of his career. So I'm not sure how
exactly
justify
that,
that
yeah.
because it's still a great accomplishment. I'm just saying that he was a forward in Minnesota. He was a forward for San Jose when he got traded there. Not entirely.
Right.
When he was in Minnesota, he started on D. They put him up on wing.
Burns, 40 years old, playing in game number 1,503 in his career tonight. Mentioned earlier that consecutive game streak, which is now at 930, fourth longest in league history. Next longest active streak is Nick Suzuki of Montreal at 461 after he played today. As a shot gets redirected in front of
The next guy
Swayman.
passes is Doug Jarvis, former assistant coach for the Bruins. Phil Kessel holds the record.
Far side circle, McAvoy poked one free, but Avalanche keep alive. Taves with a long shot, and that one got through some traffic to Swayman, who squeezes it. Another face-off coming in the defensive zone. Just about 3.5 minutes gone by here in the second period.
Yeah, and it's all been down right in front of us in Boston zone here. This second period started.
Bring out Elias Lindholm to take this face-off. Lindholm was 4-3 on face-offs in that first period. Got off to such a great start in that department this season. As Zacha clears it for Lindholm here, coming through neutral ice. Slipped away from him as he got into the attack zone, but now gets it deep here for Pasternak, trying to wrap it around near side. Comes back out to the blue line. Peak settles it. Pasternak along the near wall. Jump up into the air. McCarr swats it out of the air like a volleyball. Pasternak just outside the blue line, tried to feed it back into the zone, and here's McCarr coming forward for the Avalanche. Around the end boards it comes to Peak. He'll clear it up the far side, but that will go too far, and icing the call against Boston.
That's a tough matchup for that line. They had a tough matchup the other day, and Pasternak talked about it after the game. That the top two lines need to be better, and his line needs to be better. He went up with a lot of Eichel the other day.
Off this face-off, Hampus Lindholm tried to stick it toward the blue line, and now a turnover near the blue line as Elias Lindholm to Pasternak. One-time pass across the ice looking for Zacha just out of his reach. He chases it around the net into the near corner, and they get tangled up along the wall. Zacha able to push it back in behind, but Drury will get there first in the far corner. His pass up ice gets blocked up into the air by Minton. Yoki Haru got dumped along the far boards. Minton's got it out of the far corner and backhands it back deep. Pasternak coming to the back of the net and around to the near circle with the puck on his forehand. In front for Minton, who had to kick it onto his stick and then got the shot, and Wedgwood makes the glove save.
Yeah, good opportunity there. One of the better ones for the Bruins. Pasternak coming around the net, protecting the puck. He gets into the left wing circle, close to the boards, and he tosses this puck to Minton. And you said it, Minton had to block that pass with his right skate, get it up to his stick, and then try to go high glove that time on Wedgwood. Just didn't get it up quite high enough.
Minton will stay out and take the attack zone face-off. One goal in his first 5 games.
It was a game winner.
Yes, it was.
Overtime.
Waiting for the drop of the puck. Blocked his centering pass. Comes around toward the near corner. Zadorov there first. Throws it out into neutral ice. Sloviov Quickly gets it to Drury. Back in across the line they come. Colton at the right circle. Plays it around Zadorov all the way around the far board. Janot gives to Yoki Harju. Lifts it up the right side and go in and out of the bench.
I believe so.
That brings another stoppage with 5.5 gone by here in this second period.
Hit somebody on the bench. You got Cal McCarr. 2 Norrises now. 30 goals last season. Fastest defenseman in history to 25 game-winning goals. And at 30 goals last season, it's a tough trivia question, unless you looked it up earlier, but last time it was done where a defenseman scored 30 goals was in 2008, 2009. He played for the Washington Capitals at the time. Probably too tough of a question to get. I looked it up, and it's Mike Green.
Wow, I would never have come up with that.
He had a couple really good offensive seasons for the Capitals.
30 goals and 92 points for McCarr last year as he won the Norris for the second time. Second straight 90-plus point season for him. Puck played in the neutral ice here. Avalanche coming forward. McAvoy able to slow up the rush. Long shot from Bardakov. And the Bruins will clear it, and that's going to go for icing. Zakar Bardakov, by the way, making his NHL debut tonight. Coming over from Russia. This is his first official game in North America. Played in the KHL the last 4 seasons. Face-off in the defensive zone coming up here for Johnny Beecher. 13:33 left in this second period. Nelson won the draw cleanly. Nishushkin for a one-timer from the center of the blue line. Skimmed wide of the net. Gets poked back out in front, and Swayman covers that.
Close call. That's the way they scored last time. Face-off win. Bodies to the net. That was Brock Nelson on the last face-off that they had won.
We'll take a break here with 13:27 to go in the second. Colorado with a 2-1 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hey, get to Barmakian Jewelers' store-wide fall sale going on now. Almost everything is on sale. Diamond rings, wedding bands, watches, diamond jewelry, rings, and more. Enjoy incredible savings at Barmakian Jewelers for 1 week only. Boston, Framingham, and Nashua, barmakian.com.
This season, Delta Dental of Massachusetts is proud to partner with the Boston Celtics Radio Network for the MVV of the game, our most valuable veteran. Do you know a military veteran who deserves recognition? Share their story today on the contest page at 985thesportshub.com. Every nomination is a salute to the brave men and women who've worn the uniform and the chance for them to win 2 tickets to an upcoming game and be honored on the air. Enter today at 985thesportshub.com. Proudly presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
13:27 to go, second period. Avalanche with a 2-1 lead. We're about to have our 11th face-off in just over 6.5 minutes of the second period. We are averaging a face-off every 39 seconds in this game so far. This is number 42 on the night.
It's unbelievable.
It will be to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Near circle down to our right. Corrali against McKinnon. McKinnon wins it. Taves off the near boards. Tried to send it across. It was tipped up into the air, and we're going to get a penalty here against the Bruins.
It's going to be a cross-checking call on Hampus Lindholm.
Took down Natchez.
Natchez.
So So Colorado will get its second power play of the night.
Lindholm, I'm not happy about that. Didn't think it was hard enough to garner a penalty, but maybe got him in the right spot. Yeah, he did. He got him right. Nate just jumped up to grab that puck, and he got him above the pants and under the arm. But he's staying out there for it. You get better real quick when you get the power play. He didn't die. He got him pretty good in the right spot.
As you mentioned, he's coming down from trying to reach up and get that puck. As the puck cleared right off the face-off here. Colorado.
And I wouldn't say that's a penalty if he's not in that vulnerable position.
Right. Colorado 2 shots on their first power play tonight. H.S. gives it up to a cutting McKinnon, who flies into the Bruins zone all the way around the net to the far circle. Deals it back to Makar, settles it center of the blue line. Onto the right circle and right back up to Makar. Olofsson gets it on the hash marks near side. Passes down low. Natchez at the back of the net. McKinnon in the far corner. Back to Makar at the blue line. Puck nearly rolled out of the zone. Now Kastelik steps out toward McKinnon along the far side. McKinnon settles it at the hash marks. And right along the goal line, Natchez trying to bang it in on the near post. Far circle, and Kastelik will get the clear. Minute 3 to go in the power play for Colorado. 12:18 remaining here in the second period. Natchez will carry it through the neutral zone, across the Boston line, down the near right wing side. Goes around the net, all the way to the far circle. Brings it back up to Makar. On to the right circle again. Olofsson pushed it back to Makar at the point. Over to the far side, McKinnon steps off the wall, got it in front. Natchez just angled it wide on the redirect. Olofsson trying to get it back to the point. Beecher will take away and clear all the way down. Bruins will change it with 25 seconds left on the penalty kill.
Close call. Looking back toward Natchez, shortened up too. Got down on one knee trying to get to that pass.
Carried back toward the Boston zone by Brindley. Landeskog got it back to Burns. Walks it along the blue line. Nichushkin at the right circle. Sent one across. And good stick work by Jeannot to get a piece of that. But didn't quite get it out of the zone. And now Landeskog tipped one right through the crease. Nichushkin sends over to that far side. Power play over. Hampus Lindholm comes out of the box. Puck ricocheting around, skates in front of the net. Jeannot will carry it out here for the Bruins through the red line and across the blue. Throws one into Wedgwood's glove and then forces the goaltender to hang on to it for a face-off in the offensive zone with 11:05 to go in the second. The Bruins have killed off 2 in a row tonight.
You mentioned Gavin Brindley. He's playing fourth line, but they say he's a guy that can slot up if somebody gets injured or if something happens. Very highly skilled. They got him in a trade for Charlie Coyle. Coyle, because of his salary, they wanted to keep him, but because of his salary, and they had to re-sign they re-signed Brock Nelson. He got some of the money, and they make the trade to Columbus, sending Charlie Coyle there. But Brindley, they feel, can be a very skilled guy. He's not real tall, but he's pretty stocky and solid.
He comes over from Columbus. He had played 1 game with the Blue Jackets back in 2024, spent all of last year in the AHL. But has played the first 6 games of this season for the Avalanche. Off the face-off, Pasternak with a shot that gets redirected up over the glass.
Was Jack Drury trying to block that, or did he fall down coming out to block it? Because that was awkward.
There'll be another face-off in the offensive zone here for Elias Lindholm.
We'll give him credit.
Stands at the ready again.
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
And right off the win, Pasternak this time didn't have a lane to shoot. Plays off into the far corner. Asamon in there against Manson. Asamon got it back to the point and thrown in off the backboards by Peak. It'll come back to him at center of the blue line and in front off of Asamon into the far corner. Races over there against Manson.
Asamon playing now with, I don't know if it's because of the power play, instead of Zacha. Zacha kills.
Peak gloved one down just outside the Boston blue line, but the Avalanche able to get it into the attack zone. And now off the far corner, Parker Kelly throwing one towards Swayman. Makar over to Taves at the blue line. Peak blocked that shot in front. Poke back toward the point. Taves Center blue line to McCarr. He'll walk it toward the far side. Down the circle he goes, and all the way in behind the net. Comes around near side with the puck in his forehand, and Swayman makes the save. And then Swayman took exception to a poke. I think that's Parker Kelly.
Yeah, that's his game. He's going to be involved that way.
He could grab Kelly in a reverse chin lock.
And McCarr you got to hand him off. You know, you don't want to chase him, but everybody's locked up in front of the net, and that allows McCarr to get the first shot away. I don't think Kelly did a whole lot there, but Swayman took a shot at him anyhow. He's locked up in a battle in front of the net with Peak, and he's in the blue paint.
Swayman having a conversation with referee while the teams get their lines set here. Wes McCauley, Corey Savret, referees tonight. Played down the far circle, and Natchez bringing it toward the high slot, but his shot gets blocked over the glass, out of play. And we'll step aside here with 9:54 to go in the second period. Avalanche 2 and the Bruins 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out, especially about getting paid.
Hey!
Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms, even the cyber kind.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
Johnny Beecher's first period goal is tonight's electric play, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. At the Bruins' only goal, they trail 2-1 midway through the second period. And off the face-off, it'll be iced. So back down toward Jeremy Swayman comes the face-off as we continue to pile them up here tonight. 46 draws so far in this game. Bruins have won 29 and lost 17. Corrali will take this one against McKinnon, near circle to our right. McKinnon wins it. Natchez tapped it back to McCarr. They try to set up Natchez for a one-timer, and that one was poked away. Zadorov along the far side wall, couldn't get it through McKinnon. Corrali gets a stick on it. Now Zadorov will get it to Beecher. And Johnny going to carry it up through center ice. Tried to get it deep. That was blocked out of the air, and the Bruins are going to wind up offside, and they're going to say it was intentional on Beecher's part. And so another face-off coming back in the defensive zone.
Yeah, they gave Pasternak the benefit of the doubt on one of those intentional offsides earlier in the game. And I thought they might take that one all the way back. They decided not to. I thought there was one on Colorado that they might take all the way back. That's one where the lines would say, look, happens again, I got to do it. You know, I don't want to, but I got to take it back into your zone.
So Fraser Minton will,
if you've got a good rapport with the linesman.
Right. I see talking about that the other day. It might have been Billy Guerin. He was talking about how it doesn't feel like the players have the type of relationships that they used to with officials and vice versa.
Well, I agree with that. I mean, not being down at ice level, I don't know, for a fact, but there was a lot of conversations with referees. Some of them were heated. I mean, we go to those broadcast meetings and just talk now because there's another whistle. So we go to those broadcast meetings and they'll have the referees mic'd up and they'll give it right back to players.
Oh yeah.
Some
of it's very entertaining.
And then what happens after is when both guys cool down, they'll go over and talk about it. Usually, not always. And or if a referee makes a mistake, like I can see. I almost guarantee that one of the referees, whoever called or made the call, went over to McKinnon before this period started and say, "My bad. I thought you got tripped, or I thought you had the trip, and the guy stepped on the puck."
Geeky gets it over to McAvoy off the win of the faceoff, and McAvoy able to dangle his way free. Shot goes up and over. Geeky gets it back in the neutral ice. McAvoy throws one around behind the net. Middlestat, near side circle. Ricochets free to Hampus Lindholm, and his shot skimmed off the outside of the net. Zaka in front. Wheeled it back toward the near side, and the Avalanche will come free. 8:37 to go here in the second period. Dump in, comes out of the near corner right to Hampus Lindholm. His clearing effort kept in by Landeskog. Nelson moving toward the slot, shot it wide. And Brindley goes down in pursuit of the rebound, and that's going to bring another penalty against the Bruins here.
Yeah, they're playing a little too much inside their own zone, and that's led to a couple penalties, right?
McAvoy will get this one for tripping. With 8:25 to go here in the second, Colorado goes on to their third power play of the game.
McAvoy just had a good chance down the other end as well, though. Win that face-off, go D to D. And McAvoy makes a nice move to the middle, so outside in to get a better shooting position, well inside the right wing dot.
Face-off win by McKinnon, back to McCarr, walking along the blue line. McKinnon now out of the right circle, tried to center, and Peake got a stick on that, and it ricochets out into neutral ice. Corrali moving forward here shorthanded against McCarr, forces that puck a little deeper. Now Nelson, rink wide pass, finds Natchez coming up the near side.
Good
Pulls
angle
up
by
just inside the blue line. Kastelik, near circle, battling with Olofsson. Olofsson backhands it around toward the far wall. McKinnon steps down into the corner. Turns it back toward the hash marks. Pass back to the point for McCarr. Now again to McKinnon. Far circle. Got the shot, and Swayman makes the save. No rebound. Minute 20 to go on the power play.
Zadorov has to come back and angle Natchez. He's got really good speed coming down that right side. And we've talked about Zadorov and a little bit. He's been very good on the PK for the Bruins this season. Leads them in hits. Leads them in plus minus. And probably going to jinx him. Only 2 penalty minutes, which is something he was criticized for last year. Led the league in penalty minutes.
145 penalty minutes.
A lot early in the year, too. I mean, when he drops the gloves to protect somebody, that's different. But, the penalties that can be avoided. He's had a couple turnovers here and there. But, if you're going to play that much, especially with Lindholm out of the lineup, it is going to happen from time to time.
Bruins get another clear here. Minute 10 to go on the McAvoy penalty. Carried up toward his own blue line by McCarr. Gives back to Natchez, and now in the neutral ice, cutting McKinnon. Gets in across the line along the left wing side. Challenged out at the blue line by Elias Lindholm. Puck will come to Olofsson near side. Carries it down the wall toward the corner. Backhands behind the net to McKinnon in the far corner. Try to pivot away from Yoki Haru. Brings behind the net. Trying to get it back to Olofsson. And Hampus Lindholm got in the way of that. McKinnon now gets it back to McCarr at the right point. 35 to go in the power play. Right circle Olofsson bringing back out toward the blue line. To McKinnon down low. Back up top for Olofsson. Over to McCarr for a one-timer off the backboards. It comes ricocheting out the near side. Yoki Haru was there. And he shoots it around the far boards and out of the zone. McCarr couldn't hold it.
Hampus Lindholm was way out by the blue line that time, but you have the rotation. You can do that if you're going to try to be aggressive in that situation, but then you're going to count on the forward to move back.
8 seconds to go on the power play. Nichushkin gives to McKinnon. Taves back to McKinnon, back to Taves again along the left circle. McKinnon brings it down to the hash marks far side, and a shot scooped up by Swayman just as McAvoy was released from the box. So the Bruins have killed off all 3 of their penalties tonight. Still trailing 2-1 with 6:22 to go here in the second period.
You know, they've had the puck in the offensive zone, but they haven't had that inside chance. You know, some of the chances we saw, the backdoor pass, the other day, 2 backdoor passes where one of them resulted in a goal the other day against Vegas. We haven't seen the bumper being used in terms of those chances. Now, I know Colorado's a little bit off on their power play so far at the beginning of this season, but most of this has been on the outside.
And 3 power plays tonight, 4 total shots on goal for Colorado. Off the face-off, they've got possession. Here's Nichushkin, brings it toward the near circle, hands it back, and shot blocked. Minton trying to kick it out of the zone and find the handle on it. Does get it out across the blue line. Lewinsky sends back into his own end here for Colorado. Now Landeskog will bring it through neutral ice. Landeskog, pass left for Drury. Didn't handle it cleanly. Gets knocked down by Peak, but the Avalanche keep it in, and Taves with a shot from the left point. Scooped up again with a glove by Swayman. We'll take a timeout here with 5:54 to go in this second period. Colorado 2 and the Bruins 1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor, but try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation this year for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, a donation of $100 will be made to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Shaws and Star Market, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Boston Bruins and the Massachusetts State Lottery want to recognize the everyday heroes who make a difference. Nominate a local hero for the Bruins Community All-Star presented by the Massachusetts State Lottery. Submit your nomination today by visiting bostonbruins.com/community all-star. Face off in the defensive zone here with 5:54 to go, second period. Bruins trailing 2-1. It'll be to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Kastelik stands in there against Parker Kelly, and now Kelly will be asked to remove himself from the circle. So Ross Colton gets in there in his place. Shot so far in this period, 14-2 in favor of the Avalanche. McAvoy brings the puck into the near corner. Beecher will lift it out to the blue line, and Corrali helps to force it out.
Avs have outscored their opponents 10-4 in the second period, early part of this season.
Heard that clip of Cale Makar pregame, who was talking about, how their offense got going in the second, and Jared Bednar as well. He thought their second period the other night in Columbus was their best of the night. As they backhand in deep, McAvoy comes to get it. Beecher up the near wall toward Kastelik. Colton regains that and sends over for Brindley for a one-timer. Trying to tuck it in with a backhand from behind the net was Parker Kelly. McAvoy shoves him up against the glass, and Hampus Lindholm will clear it down into the Avalanche zone.
That was a good chance, and that big one-timer there. Just territorially, it's been mostly Colorado here in this period. Obviously, the shots on goal show that, but
Pasternak will lob one across ice into the near corner. Asamont gets in there to try to win that puck. It'll come around toward the near side. And shot by Yoki Haru. Pasternak got wiped out going to the front of the net.
My point is the Bruins have done a pretty good job of keeping a lot of it on the outside. They haven't had to make that spectacular save. And kept the mistakes to a minimum.
Bouncing puck into neutral ice. McKinnon picks it up on the fly. Gets it in front. Natchez, and Swayman makes the save.
Right on cue.
Here's another chance. They try to set it up for Natchez to the left circle, but picked off. And the Bruins get the clear. Boy, they can go end to end in a hurry. Avs will reload here with Nichushkin coming down the right wing side. All the way around to the far circle. He goes with it. Gives it back to Taves. On to McCarr. Stepping toward the near circle. Down low. Gets the return pass, and it rolled over his stick. Lohrei will lead it ahead for Mittelstadt as he moves up the right wing side. McCarr catching up with him. Far circle. Mittelstadt centered looking for Zacha, and that was broken up. And back comes Colorado. Nichushkin drops one for Taves. Back to Nichushkin. Far circle. And his effort blocked by Mittelstadt. Kept in by Malinsky. And now Taves will drive it back in behind the net. Hampus Lindholm got tangled up with Nelson behind the net there. On the near side, he and Landeskog going at it. And Hampus hit the deck, but the Bruins will get the clear. 3:06 to go in the period. Geekie dumps it in from just in front of the Bruins bench and then hops over for a change. Avalanche come forward with Drury taking the shot that went wide, ricocheted off the backboards right to Olofsson, who had a little bit of a window there but couldn't get it.
They have missed the net on some good chances.
And a penalty coming up here against the Bruins again. Avalanche with possession of the puck in the neutral ice. Wedgwood making his way through traffic to get back to the Colorado bench and get the extra skater on. They will come forward from their own zone. Drury to the red line. Leaves it for Malinsky, and then he turns back before he gains the attack zone. And they reset. McKinnon picks it up from his own blue line, gets to the Boston line, knocked free, and Arvidsson touches and gets the whistle. And high sticking is the indication. So power play number 4 coming up here for Colorado.
Yeah, before we get this power play, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
It'll be a minor for high sticking against Fraser Minton.
So second time Minton's been called. He had one of the Bruins' best chances. That was off the pass from Pasternak earlier this period.
Now Sean Corrali out to take the face-off here. McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm, the D pair. Corrali joined by Kastelik up front on the 4-man unit. As the face-off comes back to McCarr at the blue line. Nachos plays it to McKinnon at that left circle. Up top again for McCarr. Back to McKinnon. Fake the one-timer. Tries to step away from McAvoy. Gives it back to McCarr with a shot through traffic in front. Swayman squeezes it against his body.
That's something he's so good at, and it looks innocent enough. Just that wrist shot towards the net, but he can get it through. Talking about McCarr. And it loosens other things up. You know, he makes that pass to McKinnon. McKinnon wanted the one-timer. McAvoy had fronted him there, so it goes back to McCarr. Just a quick wrist shot that gets to the net. You're looking for a tip. You're looking for a rebound.
Face it off again here in this near circle to our right. Corrali against McKinnon. Guys clashing sticks here, and now the puck is dropped. Comes off the near boards to McCarr. Gave it over far side to Natchez. The return pass read by Corrali. He steals it, and he'll backhand it down into the Colorado zone. 30 seconds gone on the Minton penalty. 1:37 to go here in the second period. As McCarr carries in deep. McAvoy dropped his stick. He'll get it back. Olofsson, McKinnon, and now McCarr. Back to McKinnon as he works his way back toward that far left circle. Centering pass, and Corrali able to knock down Nelson and get the clear.
Yeah, Nelson's in good shooting. We talked about them not being able to use the bumper. They tried to that time, and Corrali converged on him.
McCarr gives to Natchez coming out of his own zone. Cuts to his right, near the red line, drops it to McKinnon. McKinnon brings across the Boston line, down the right circle, and Peak forces a shot up over the glass.
You know, Natchez and McKinnon have formed a pretty good duo up front. You think about it, though. You think about the first game that Natchez played for them. It was at TD Garden.
Right.
And he was completely out of sorts in that game. He was doing things that, and everybody was in shock. You know, McKinnon was in shock. Bednar was in shock. The comments that they had, they just sounded like, what just happened?
And of course,
with the trade of Rantanen.
Part of the Mikko Rantanen deal from Carolina. As the puck gets cleared out here by Kastelik, and he's going to chase it down in the Colorado zone and get to it first. Goes around behind the net. Takes into the far corner, trying to pin it there. Burns will bring in behind the net here for Colorado. 35 to go in the period, 27 to go in the power play. As Landeskog gets into the Boston zone but loses it, and Peak will send it all the way down. Wedgwood under pressure from Elias Lindholm to get rid of it. Now through the neutral ice they come with Nichushkin. McKinnon just inside the Boston line. Dangles toward the high slot to the left circle, and a shot. Swayman got enough of it to force it wide of the net. Power play comes to an end, and another one knocked away. Here's Lindholm to backhand it out, and that will do it for the second period. So the Bruins outshot unofficially 17-2 in that second period, but neither team finds the back of the net. And it's still a 2-1 lead for Colorado after 40 minutes. We'll be back with our second intermission here from Ball Arena on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot or 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
As much as I'd love to be, I'm the furthest thing from being a car guy. I feel like every time I take my car to the shop, be it for routine maintenance or repair, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. That is until I went to Meineke. See, Meineke is doing car care right. Meineke is total car care. Engines, brakes, tires, even oil changes. Meineke Car Care is your local, independently owned, one-stop shop for total car care. Visit Meineke.com for a location near you. That's Meineke.com to schedule your appointment today. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro loyalty for details. Subject to change.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Two periods in the books here in Colorado. The Avalanche with a 2-1 lead over the Bruins, and Colorado controlling the flow for much of that second period, but unable to capitalize on some of those scoring chances that they did have. You said they missed the net on a few really good chances.
But McKinnon had a good chance there late, and you had the 2-on-1 that ended up being a really good opportunity. Yeah, we're taking a look at, attempts, scoring or shot attempts, right? And it's so heavily favored in Colorado's favor right now. Bruins have blocked, according to this, 24 shots so far in this game. That just shows you where the puck has been most of the time.
It's 63 attempts for Colorado, including 40 in that second period, to the Bruins 25 for the game. They only had 10 attempts in that second period as the puck was in their end most of the first that 20 minutes.
Yeah, two good opportunities for the Bruins that period, really. I mean, you had Fraser Minton with one off the pass from Pasternak, and then you also had the chance by Charlie McAvoy. And all the penalties were taken in the D zone, or at least the first couple in that second period, because they were in that zone the entire time. So that's Colorado. You start looking for trends. You're only 5 games into the season, but the top scoring team in the second period. And the Bruins held. Swayman held. The Bruins held. They're still in this game. It's 2-1. But taking penalties, continuing to put them on the power play, it's just too dangerous. You can't continue to do that. So it's up to them to try to find that gear that gets them back. Back tied in this one. Swayman's been excellent. You have a bad mistake on a turnover for the first goal. You have a seeing eye shot, with a screen in front after losing a faceoff cleanly, and you're down 2-1 in that first period, but you hold in the second period, a period that the Avalanche dominated you in. Now you get an opportunity to get back in this one with a strong period.
What can the Bruins do to try I mean, it's basically a counterpunch, right? I mean, you have to, how do you slow this team up? Because, I mean, there have been obviously a lot of, but I mean, they come forward quickly, as we've saw a number of times in that second period.
They've got a gear that, a lot of people don't have. Like Connor McDavid has that gear. These guys have 2 or 3 guys that have that gear. You got 2 forwards in McKinnon and Natchez. You've got Makar. Like I said, he controls the game every time he's out there. And it's hard to put a body on him because he's so elusive and quickness. But, I mean, McKinnon coming through the neutral zone, he's automatic entry every time he comes through the neutral zone. You're like, how fast he's coming. And he churns those legs, and it's a big stick handling, and he's a big guy, strong guy. And he's such a strong skater. Natchez built a little bit different in the way that he skates, but still can fly. For defensemen, if the forwards aren't slowing them down, now you got to back up. You're not stepping up at a blue line on them if nobody's putting a body on them.
Right.
So you got to back off.
I mean,
now they're in the zone.
They're going to buzz right past you if you try to do that. Right?
Now they're in the zone. So it's just it makes life difficult, and they've been able to kill the penalties. They kept most of it on the outside. McKinnon had a great chance at the end. I don't recall a ton of great opportunities off the power play. Some shots, but not a lot of great opportunities. And that's a credit to the Bruins penalty killers, who were perfect going into that Vegas game and then sprung some leaks in the Vegas game in the way that they killed. having Hampus Lindholm-Mack is big. I know he went off for one penalty, but you've got having him back. They would use McAvoy and Zadorov, and they'd use Peak and Lindholm if it's a forward taking a penalty.
Right.
You don't have to put people in the wrong positions where they shouldn't be out there killing penalties.
And we saw that the other night in Vegas, right? Yeah. With Lindholm out of the lineup and then McAvoy took a penalty. You wind up with Jokiharju and Harris out there trying to kill penalties, and that's really not their forte.
Yeah, I mean, Jokiharju, he filled in when McAvoy got his penalty earlier in the period, maybe, and Lindholm as well, but it was a quick shift, and then the two big guys are back out there. So Lindholm helps slot people in the right spot. And since he's been out, it's been really leaky, just defensively overall, the way that they played. They've given up a lot today in terms of shots and volume, but they've held. Now it's up to them to find it.
Jeremy Swayman has done his job after giving up goals in the first two shots that he faced tonight, which, again, not...
A breakaway by Nathan McKinnon.
Not exactly ones that you would pin on him, but he has stopped the last 21 shots that he has faced. It's Colorado with a 2-1 lead in this one after 2 periods. Johnny Beecher with his first with a goal on his first shot of the season from Charlie McAvoy, and Mason Lohrei at 3:11 of the first got the Bruins on the board first, but Nathan McKinnon's 5th from Arturi Lehkonen at 7:08 tied the game at 1, and then at 10:22 it was Gabriel Landeskog winning a face-off. Burns over to Josh Manson for the goal at 10:22 to make it a 2-1 Colorado lead, and that is still where we stand. Time now for our Music of the Game, brought to you by Live Nation. Day to Remember and Yellow Card are hitting the road for the Maximum Fun Tour. See them at SNHU Arena on Saturday, November 8th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. We'll check the out-of-town scores next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Kids eat free at the 99 every Sunday in October. Kids get a free meal from the kids menu with every adult entree purchased. You gotta love the Nines.
The Bruins are skating into the season with a brand new jersey. Be among the first to rep the new look of the black and gold. Then shop the official Fanatics jersey at the Pro Shop powered by 47. Visit the hub on Causeway or shop online at bostonproshop.com.
Hey, it's Felger here. If your home or business is in need of a roof, contact my friends at East Coast Metal Roofing during their Fall into Savings sales event, where Sports Hub listeners get 10% off a new roof and financing options with no payment and no interest for 1 full year with approved credit. That's a great deal. You will never have to replace your roof again because their roofs have a lifetime transferable warranty, never rust, and can be installed on any style of home. Schedule a free quote by calling 844-611-ECMR. That's 844-611-ECMR, or visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com. East Coast Metal Roofing, your lifetime roofing solution.
Do you ever scream at your screen when your 5G internet freezes? It's the worst. So why not switch to Astound? Wi-Fi that just works. With Astound Wi-Fi, you'll rage less, buffer less, and live more. Get Wi-Fi starting at just $25 a month, and for a limited time, get up to a $300 Amazon gift card. Astound Wi-Fi, it just works. Visit astound.com today.
Hey, it's Hardy. If your attic insulation's outdated, call Revise, a Mass Save partner. They'll do a no-cost home energy assessment, and you could save 75 to 100% on insulation and air sealing. Don't wait. Visit callrevise.com or call 800-885-SAVE.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. The media group station.
Busy night around the NHL here tonight. Here in Colorado, the Avalanche leading the Bruins by the score of 2-1 after 2 periods of play. Other finals from around the league: Islanders 5-4 over the Ottawa Senators. It was St. Louis defeating Dallas 3-1. 4-1 winners, the Jets over the Predators. Flyers take down the Wild in overtime, 2-1 the final there. Devils hand the Oilers their second straight loss, 5-3. 3-2 Columbus over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Rangers get the win against the Montreal Canadiens, 4-3 in that one. And the Kraken in a shootout against the Toronto Maple Leafs, 4-3 winners. Other games in progress, Carolina at the end of two periods with a 3-2 lead over the LA Kings. At the end of one, the Golden Knights have a 3-1 lead over Calgary. And in the second period, scoreless Penguins and Sharks. Here in Colorado, it's the Avalanche 2, the Bruins 1. Third period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
At National Grid, we know home is where you feel your best. That's why we're dedicated to making your home comfortable and energy efficient year-round. With a home energy assessment, you can learn how your home uses energy and receive a custom report with helpful recommendations. You can also learn about energy-saving solutions such as insulation, air sealing, and more. If you're ready to save energy at home, we'll be there for you every step of the way. Visit ngrid.com/assessment or call 866-527-SAVE to learn more. National Grid is a proud sponsor of Mass Save.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. But try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans of Foxborough, are you ready to tackle cyber threats? IntraSystems, New England's leader in cybersecurity solutions, presents the ultimate defensive front against malware, phishing, and cyber blitzes with Barracuda's XDR solution. Barracuda's XDR solution is relentless, fast, and always keeping threats in check. Contact IntraSystems today to protect your business with the champions of cybersecurity. Remember, a good defense wins championships and keeps your data safe. Access Security Trust. IntraSystems.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
2 seconds, one, and that will do it. And the Bruins begin the season with a 2-1 road trip. And they bookended with wins. They started with a win in Columbus, a loss in Toronto, and then a 4-1 win in Winnipeg tonight.
And tonight's black and gold flashback taking us back to this date in 2016. Tuukka Rask was the winning goaltender in that game in Winnipeg, a 4-1 victory. He had 2 assists in the game and became the first Boston goaltender in team history to record a multiple-point game. Tuukka would finish his career with 17 assists. Bet you didn't know that little piece of trivia.
I did not. I would have guessed Jerry Cheevers, but...
Get ready to start the third period.
That doesn't sit right either, but...
2-1, Colorado has the lead as we get ready for the third period. Bruins will, right after the game, head over to Salt Lake City. Match up with the Utah Mammoth tomorrow night. 7 o'clock Eastern time face-off. We'll have pregame coverage at 6:30 across the network. To see the Mammoth for the first time since they've been renamed, and get to see some of the changes that have been made to the Delta Center since we were there early last season. So they continue to turn that into more of a multi-purpose facility than it had been in the past. Put some new seats in there behind both nets.
Well, they got to make it more conducive to hockey,
Yeah.
right? To hockey viewing.
We'll see if Boston can get the equalizer here in the third. And it was almost all Avalanche in that second period. Shots are 23-9 through 2. The attempts were 40-10. Colorado in the second period alone. Sean Corrali going to come out to take the opening faceoff here as the Bruins will be moving from left to right in this third period. Brock Nelson opposes him on the draw. Referee waiting for the official go-ahead. And game on. Face-off controlled by Colorado. And Malinsky will dump it in behind Jeremy Swayman all the way around the near side. McAvoy clears it right back out as Beecher trying to keep up with it along with Malinsky. Malinsky took a tumble.
Settle a bouncing puck.
Beecher with a shot from the near circle gets blocked, and Karam's out into the neutral zone. Lohrei being chased by Nichushkin. Turns it back up ice. Near the red line, swatted in Beecher's direction, but picked off. Landeskog tried to dump it in. That one blocked off of Kastelik and back into the Colorado zone. Taves settles in behind his net as the Avalanche getting some changes on. Now he brings it ahead toward his own blue line. Gives it right side to Makar. Dumped in from the red line all the way around the near side. It comes right to Elias Lindholm. He reverses it with help from Jokiharju around to Pasternak. Whips it across ice, but it came to Taves instead. McKinnon's got it and steps in across the Boston line, but
it met immediately.
Yep. Pasternak helps to clear it out. Taves, near side circle in his own zone, gives to Makar. Makar to the center ice circle. Pass up the middle here. Nachas near the high slot. Surrounded by white sweaters. Puck cleared out. Manson trying to bring it right back in. Gets shouldered by Jokiharju. Free puck for Zadorov. Leaves it in the corner. Jokiharju with a lane up the right side for Arvidsson. Jumped over his stick. And Drury will play back over to Burns' far side. Arvidsson able to knock a pass away from Olofsson at the Boston line. Arvidsson now with a pass up the right side. Helped in deeper by Jeannot. Burns played back into the near corner. Forced back around to the far side. Burns again. And that pass coming out of the zone too far for Drury. Bruins regain. 2 minutes gone by here in the third period. And an errant pass just out of the reach of Asimon off the Karam. Solovyov behind the Colorado net. Pass up the right side. Geekie steps out in the neutral ice. Helps stop that rush. They'll try it again from the near side. Shot around the boards by Bardakov. It'll come back to him in the near corner. Solovyov put a shot wide through the slot off to the far boards. And coming down that right circle. One's able to, again, keep everything kind of outside here. So blocked by Asimon. Broke his stick. He'll head back to the bench and get replaced as Middlestat brings the Bruins forward. Plays it softly into the far corner. Geekie comes racing hard into Parker Kelly. Malinsky along the near wall. Kastelik trying to catch up to him as he comes up toward the red line. Off the dump in, Swayman stops it to the back of the Bruins net. Kastelik played it from the near boards to Corrali, cutting toward the right wing side. Puck into the near corner. Burns to the back of the net. Shot it around the far side. It kicks back down low. Beecher's got it. And backhands a pass back to Lohrei at the far point. Threw it in front. Blocked off by Burns. And he'll bring it up toward the blue line and move it ahead for Nichushkin. Across the line they come. Nelson to Landeskog. Puck forced back toward the end boards. Nelson gets it back to Burns for a one-timer, and Swayman saw that all the way.
Yep.
Makes the glove save.
Good look from the outside. Yeah, that was a nice change right there.
A few minutes of nonstop hockey for the first time it feels like tonight.
Not a ton going on. So, I mean, the Bruins tight. They snuffed out a couple of rushes right at the blue line or just inside the blue line, and were able to chip that puck out much better through the neutral zone. But now they got to create some offense. It doesn't have to come this second, but they got to create some offense. You want to create a little momentum for yourself up the ice instead of continuing to back off if you can.
Puck comes around the near boards of the Bruins zone. McKinnon was there at the hash marks, but lost it over to Jokiharju. Cleared out. Elias Lindholm down the left wing boards. Nate just gets to it first in the Colorado zone. Near side circle. Pasternak wheels it back around toward that far side. Lehkonen looking over his shoulder as he went to play that puck, and now it'll be brought forward here by McKinnon. McKinnon pulls up just inside the Boston line. Moves it back toward the blue line himself. Pass off down low, and they work it for McKinnon for the one-timer. He scores. Colorado extends their lead out to 3-1 as McKinnon gets his second of the night.
Yeah, this is, I mean, give the Bruins credit, right, for being better in that area. They got caught a little bit up the ice. Give McKinnon some free ice. He's going to take it. He's going to let everybody kind of go by him. Send that puck down low for Lehkonen, and then Lehkonen returns it to McKinnon. McKinnon's drifting into that right wing circle. Lehkonen on the right wing side to the left of Swayman. Puts it on a tee for him for the one-timer. When McKinnon does it, when he slows up, when he gets into the zone, he slows up, and he backs the D off, and then the back checkers kind of go by him, and he buys himself time, and he cuts to the middle, finds some time and space, and ends up being wide open for that one-timer.
2 goals tonight, 6 on the season for McKinnon.
Makar drifted through too, looking for a one-timer, didn't get it. It was McKinnon coming behind him.
Drury brings the Avalanche back into the attack zone, but a pass across is deflected up and out of play in the far corner. So 10 points in 6 games for McKinnon.
We got held up the score sheet last game. Doesn't happen often.
No, it does not. 116 points last season, and that was way down from where he was the year before when he had 140 points and won the MVP. Face off to Swayman's left here with 15-18 to go in this third period. Off the draw, Hampus Lindholm will push it toward the near corner. Peak right up the boards. Now back to Lindholm. Off the far wall through neutral ice. It comes to Geekie. Just inside the Colorado line. Trying to center that one. Taken away, and Olofsson will clear it back out. Right back around the near boards it comes. Asimon. Get it back down toward the end wall. Burns just sends a backhander up the near side, and Drury helps it out of his zone. McAvoy turns it from inside the Boston zone all the way to the attacking blue line, but then lost it. And back comes Brindley in a hurry. Brindley coming to the near circle. Faked the pass, took the shot, and put it wide on the glove side. Ricochets all the way back outside the zone. Stat tangled with somebody over in front of the Bruins bench. It was Malinsky. Now heads back onto the bench. Avalanche come in on the attack. And the shot by Kelly. Scooped up by Swayman, no rebound. 14:20 to go here in the third period. McKinnon with 10 points in 6 games has gotten off to another fabulous start after 3 straight 100-plus point seasons. Face off in the near circle to our left. Kastelik matching up against Bardakov, I think that is, and then he gets kicked out of the circle, and so Kelly will get in there. Kastelik pulls it toward the near boards. Zadorov gets it back behind the net to Jokiharju, who banks it off the boards to Kastelik out in front of the net, and Beecher Gets the long pass, gets around the defense, moving in front with a backhand, and the save made by Wedgwood with the left pad. And the Avalanche will shoot it all the way down ice, but it goes in on goal, so no icing. Bruins will come moving forward here quickly with Corrali pulling up at the near circle. Finds Zadorov coming in across the line. Save made, and Beecher gets robbed in front on the rebound. Biggest save of the night by far for Wedgwood.
Fantastic glove save. Finally some pressure by the Bruins, but fantastic save. He has not had any action. He has not had a shot on goal since almost midway through the second period.
13:49 to go in the third, and the crowd alive here in Colorado saluting their goaltender. Avalanche 3 and the Bruins 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Have you tried the Good Stuff yet? I'm talking about Good Stuff Smokehouse, New England's #1 authentic barbecue. This destination barbecue is going to keep you coming back again and again, from fall off the bone ribs, perfectly smoked burn ends, and all the fixings. You got to try the good stuff. Head to goodstuffsmokehouse.com to see the full menu.
Do you know the signs of dehydration? Dark yellow urine. It should look like pale lemonade instead. Fatigue, less coordination or concentration, lower intensity level than usual, lower performance than expected, muscle fatigue or cramps. To help you stay hydrated, Mass General Brigham Health Plan has installed a hydration station in Boston's Seaport District, right on Seaport Common. Check it out and follow at MGB Health Plan on Instagram for more wellness tips.
If you're thinking about a new kitchen, deck, windows, doors, or any home project, visit CCL Homescapes in Abington. Nothing beats the product selection and the experts on hand to help you at every turn. Open during the week and on Saturdays, 8 to noon. CCL Homescapes, right in Abington.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
One more access to the Boston Bruins. Check out Behind the Bee, presented by Ticketmaster at bostonbruins.com/behindthebee. See exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes content, highlights, and more.
Good effort there by Beecher initially. Not the rebound chance. The rebound chance was a good possibility as well, but he uses his speed with the puck this time to take it wide and then drive hard to the front of the net. You know, not bail, go behind the net. Some players will do that. He just took it strong to the front of the net from the left wing side and forced Wedgwood to make that save with the left pad. And then he had the rebound opportunity right after it.
Cleared down into the Bruins defensive zone here. Beecher has the lone Boston goal tonight in his first game dressed.
Two best chances this period, the two only chances this period.
Nelson gives off to the right side here for Landeskog as Avalanche set up on offense, and a shot by Burns. Ricochets off the post behind Jeremy Swayman. Arvidsson reversed it toward the near side. McAvoy pushed it out to the blue line for Jeannot. Into neutral ice, cross ice pass comes to Arvidsson, back across near side. Here's Jeannot stepping in right circle, and the shot goes wide on the stick side. Asamont able to win that puck back, brings it down toward the end boards, then it slipped away from him, and we have a whistle and
interference call coming up.
Official out in the neutral zone says interference coming up here against Manson. So the Bruins will get their second power play chance of the night. .55 left and down by 2. Bruins would do well to cash in on this opportunity. Will be the typical top power play unit. Elias Lindholm, Pavel Zacha, Morgan Geekie, David Pasternak, and Charlie McAvoy. And Geekie swept it back toward the blue line off the win of the faceoff, but out of the reach of McAvoy, who has to pivot and go all the way back to his own zone. Are we going to bring it toward the near side with a pass to Geekie? Taps it back for Lindholm, coming through neutral ice, carries in across the line. Pasternak just dragging that skate to stay onside. McAvoy, center of the blue line with a shot redirected by Zaka. Ends up going wide of the net. Near corner, battle for possession. Zaka's got it, gives it to Geekie. Geekie trying to get it settled and passes it down low to Pasternak. Steps out in front. And
he got hooked.
The puck comes back toward McAvoy. Geekie, McAvoy, center blue line. Pasternak, far circle. Steps back out toward the blue line, and his pass intended for Lindholm gets picked off by Burns. Burns coming ahead shorthanded will play it into the Boston zone and go for a change. 1:05 to go in the man advantage. McAvoy starts it back up. Pasternak, one touch to the long for Arvidsson. Arvidsson will skate it in across the line. Right side pass for Geekie. Try to play it back on the near boards, and it just does get back to Pasternak now. Shot wide of the net by Hampus Lindholm. Zaka, Pasternak, back over to Hampus, far side circle. Pasternak up top. Tried a shot. That one blocked by Nishushkin, who dives and knocks the puck out of the zone. 35 seconds to go on the power play. 11:27 remaining here in the third period. Boston down 2. Middlestat will carry it through the center right circle. Pass right side for Asimont, who played it down toward the corner, but the Avalanche recover. And all the way back down to Swayman it goes. Hampus Lindholm picks it up behind Jeremy Swayman. Arvidsson will start it out of the Boston zone. Flips it to the right side. Middlestat to Asimont coming down the wall. Middlestat quick pass in front for Arvidsson, who got the shot. Wedgwood made the save. Couldn't get the rebound. Puck cleared out. Manson's out of the box. Coming in near circle. It ricocheted on the centering pass off of Hampus Lindholm. And Swayman able to react and cover it up.
Yeah, got the right pad on it. Bruins trying to get back, but that penalty expires. Manson hops out of the box. Tried to make that pass across, did Manson, but Bruins had that one quick chance there by Arvidsson, and then the Avs going back the other way quickly. Makar was leading the rest, and he went to the net. So Asimont has to follow him. I thought he was going to try to get that puck over to Brock Nelson, but instead he tried to get it to Makar going to the net.
10:43 to go, and it's still a 3-1 Avalanche lead. Linsky struggling to keep the puck in, does not, as he got tangled up at the blue line and lost it offside. So face off outside the zone now with 10:38 left.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business, and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
Puck deep in the Bruins zone. Zadorov tried to play it around the wall, gets cut off toward the near corner. Taves from the left point. Gives it to McKinnon. Shoved by Jokiharju. Puck behind the net. And Beecher steered it toward Corrali, but puck in his skates. Zadorov will pick it up out of the far corner. Stop behind the net for a moment. Now brings it out in front. Jokiharju near side. Pass up through the middle. Tipped toward the net by Jeannot. Backhanded around the far wall, and Avalanche come forward quickly again. Olofsson ran out of space coming into the Boston zone. Colton able to pick up the puck, move it around behind the net. Puck on his backhand as he deals it back to the point. Over to that far side. Manson sends it around behind. 9:40 to play. Solovyov to Olofsson behind the net. Off the far wall. Manson with a shot that deflects off the outside of the net. Lorai will get to a free puck in the far corner, but can't get it cleared past Manson, who then turns it over just inside the blue line. Bruins do get it out. Drury will get it right back in and chase it into the right corner. Around the near side, it'll come to Malinsky. Into the corner for Brindley, going to the back of the net. Peak shadowing him. Off the far boards to Burns at the point. Over near side for Malinsky, a one-timer that goes wide. Came right back toward the net as Swayman was scrambling back into his crease. Peak with a rolling puck toward the far corner. Slams on the brakes. Brings it back toward the near side for Lorai, who sends a floater toward the Colorado zone. He needed a change badly. And now the Bruins having to get back into position as the Avalanche waste no time. McAvoy cleared to the red line. Taves to Burns. Hampus Lindholm got tangled with Bardakov near the Boston line as Bardakov lost his stick. Boston will get the clear here. Hinton trying to push it up that left side, ran out of space in front of the benches.
Yeah, the Bruins having a tough time coming 200 feet right now. Moving that puck up effectively.
8:10 to play as Geekie redirects a Jokiharju pass deep. Asimont to get position against Makar. Makar able to hold him off as the puck came back toward the near corner. Now he'll deal it across for Nichushkin coming through neutral ice, and Nelson couldn't hang on to the blue line. He's offside. 7:55 to play, and a little dust up here as Landeskog has some words with Zadorov. Nothing will come of that. So we'll step aside. 7:55 to play here in the third period. Colorado 3 and the Bruins 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
We've all seen them. Drivers who are looking at their phones. Is there anything more crazy? It's like they're asking to be in an accident. And why are they even on their phones? To find better car insurance? That's easy. Just pull over and talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you benefit from great coverage and great value. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
He roofs it, top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston pre-games with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Get ready for Bruins game days at the Pro Shop, powered by 47. From hats, jerseys, tees, and more, we've got every Bruins fan covered. Shop the Hub on Causeway or bostonproshop.com. 7:55 to go here in regulation. Colorado with a 3-1 lead. Nathan McKinnon's second of the night, sixth of the year from Lehkonen at 4:14 of the third, doubling up that lead for the Avalanche. As the puck comes deep into Colorado territory, Middlestad able to get it along near side for Geekie. His pass back toward the blue line gets poked up and out of the zone. Jokiharju drops it back for Zadorov. Zadorov will carry it forward all the way across the line. Down the near circle, goes crashing right to the net, trying to tuck it in. Runs into Wedgwood. Referee signaling no goal, and we've got 5-on-5 wrestling matches breaking out.
I love this by Zadorov. Burst of speed, attack the net, and Manson knocks him into Wedgwood. They're going to give Zadorov a penalty here, and I'm not sure why. He's bringing the puck strong to the net. And Manson knocks him right into him.
He certainly does. Zadorov.
He's coming to the front of the net, and Manson. No, that's bad.
Interference,
that's
says Wes McCauley. And Zadorov's ticked off in the penalty box, and rightfully so.
He's supposed to take the puck strong to the front of the net. Manson knocked him into him.
Yeah, he pulled up right at the front of the crease there. Manson bowled into his back. So Colorado will get the power play here with 7.5 to go.
It's not even close.
Now this will be the 5th power play chance of the night for the Avalanche.
Manson's trying to prevent him from getting there, so I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying that's not a goalie interference penalty.
Right. Face-off in the Bruins' defensive zone. They will get it back to Makar. Will the Avalanche? Natchez on the near circle. His pass broken up, and Kastelik will clear. Natchez. Makar now back deep in his own zone. He will hand off to Natchez, cutting up the near side. Carries across the Boston line. Works his way over toward the far side of the blue line. Deflected pass. Makar kept it alive. Goes back down low. Olofsson battling into the far corner. They work it back up top for Makar. Had to settle it down. Gives to his right to McKinnon. Steps away from Corrali. Backhanded through the slot by Nelson. Taken away by Kastelik. And he'll send all the way back to the Colorado zone with 1:13 to go in the Avalanche power play. 6:39 remaining here in the third period. Natchez to the red line. Pass left side. Nelson catches up with it. But then he tried to get it back to Makar, forced out of the zone by Minton. Makar back in his own end here with 50 seconds to go in the man advantage. Gives to McKinnon. McKinnon, we've seen this all night, coming through the neutral zone with speed. Down the right circle. Wheels it back to Makar. Again, McKinnon, top of the circle. Natchez, one-touch pass back to Makar. To that far circle. Landeskog trying to get it toward the front of the net. Blocked by Jokiharju. Kept in by Makar. Shot blocker saved by Swayman. Went up in the air and over the net. Natchez pressured and forced out of the zone by Jeannot. Jeannot chasing Makar all the way deep into the Colorado zone with 15 to go on their power play. Natchez now with space will hand it off to Taves. As the Avalanche getting a fresh unit out there with 5 to go on the power play. Nichushkin gains entry on the right wing side. Sends a pass across the ice off the near boards to Taves. Zadorov is out of the box to even things up with 5:25 to go. Bruins down by 2. Taves over to Burns. Burns with a long shot. Redirected. Swayman made the save. Rebound scooped up and brought around near side by McAvoy. Beecher helped it forward. Burns comes back into the near corner under pressure from Zacha. Taves will carry it up to the red line and dump it into the Boston zone. Lohrei reversed it back around toward the near side. And Arvidsson took a hit, couldn't get it cleared. Drury down the left wing circle. Tried to go short side on Swayman, who took it off the shoulder. Now Drury again from the near circle. Brings it toward the corner. And back to Manson to the left point. Back down low. Colt into the far corner with Middlestad on his tail. Manson from the left point with a shot. Kicked away by Swayman. Dealt off the near boards to Andrew Peak with 4:25 to go. Middlestad redirects it into the Colorado zone. Geekie gets in after it. Lewinsky reversed it back toward the near side. Fired across the ice by Brindley. Lewinsky had to pick it up off the Karam instead. From his own blue line. His pass redirected deep by Bardakov. 4 minutes even remaining. Bruins got to find a way to get 2. Puck goes over the head of a leaping Solovyov. Burns challenged by Beecher inside the Colorado zone. And then now as the puck comes out across the blue line, nearly ricocheted loose. Down deep they come. And Zadorov.
He wanted that one.
Hit on Bardakov, who
he
ducked it, most of it. 2 Russians colliding. Bardakov in his first NHL game. Natchez going to bring the Avalanche back, and from the far circle gets a shot off the blocker of Swayman. 3:18 to play. Hampus Lindholm around the far side for Jeannot. Slapped away from him. Natchez got it back far circle and a chance stepping in for Lehkonen. And now a scramble in front of Swayman. And he's got a hold of it. Stoppage in play with 3:06 to go. Bruins trailing 3-1 here on the road on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
3 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in the third period. Colorado's lead is 3-1. Bruins trying to find a way to come back in this one, but
just generate any offense.
Shots
really.
have been few and far between tonight, just 12 in the game.
That's 3 this period.
Yeah.
In a game that you're behind in.
I think Beecher's got 3.
I think they gave Arvidsson one, did they not?
Yeah, he's got 3. Arvidsson's got 3 as well on the score sheet right now.
I meant in the third period.
Face-off win here for the Avalanche. Burns' shot was blocked, but comes out of the near corner. Bruins' top line is combined
Swayman's
for one
going to go to the
shot
bench
tonight.
now.
Yep, there he goes as they start to break out of their own zone. Arvidsson will drive it in. So the extra skater on here, down 2 with 2:48 to go.
McKinnon looking for a hat trick.
Puck along the far side boards. Comes popping free toward Middlestat. He was trying to move it back to the point. It was taken away, and Nachos fires it all the way down into the empty net. And it's 4-1 with 2:37 to go.
Yeah, you're rolling the dice. I mean, you need 2 goals. It's about 3 minutes to go. And as soon as the Bruins had possession there, they ended up having Swayman go to the bench. They just with a clear view, clear line of sight, from below his blue line to take this shot. Nobody in front of him, so why not? Especially with the 2-goal lead.
Yeah, you're not particularly concerned about an icing call there if you miss the net. So Bruins trail now by 3, 2:35 left. Avalanche with the puck, and they'll just dump it in. Parker Kelly sending it around behind Swayman, who is back between the pipes. Middlestat will play it across toward the near side of Peak. Back toward Lohrei in the far circle. Long pass ahead. Handcuffed Geekie at the attacking blue line. Avalanche regain. Kelly will push it down deep into Boston territory. Free it comes behind the net toward Geekie in the far corner, but can't get it cleared. And a chance for Parker Kelly from the top of the circle. Swallowed up by Swayman.
Yeah, still 2 minutes to go, but it's just been one that after the first period, the Bruins really never got it revved up offensively. A few chances in the first. Seemed to have their legs okay, made a couple mistakes, but only down 2-1. And from that period on, the second period, third period have just been all Colorado, almost all Colorado.
Bruins clear the puck into neutral ice. The Avalanche regain. Malinsky. Pass up the far side, cut off by Jeannot. Pushed forward by Minton, but Malinsky clears it right back out of the Colorado zone. Driven in from the red line by Jokiharju, but blocked coming into the zone. Free puck, Arvidsson chases that down, turns, fires, and Wedgwood gets a piece of it, sends into the near corner. Jeannot will get it back to Jokiharju with a point. Shot hit Jeannot. Jeannot brings it to the far circle, takes a shot, and Wedgwood makes that save, and he's got the puck covered. .122 remaining here in this one. Looks like the Bruins are going to lose their third in a row after starting with 3 straight wins.
When they pulled their goalie, the Bruins did. They didn't have Pasternak and Lindholm on the ice and Zacha. It was Beecher, it was Asamont.
Right.
And you had the numbers, right?
1 shot on goal from Zacha, none from Lindholm, and none from Pasta tonight. And Pasternak, we played the clip after the Vegas game. We played the clip in our pregame show tonight. He, talked about how the top 6, weren't nearly good enough against Vegas. Most of the scoring came from the 3rd and 4th lines in that game. And top unit here tonight having their struggles again. Puck rattled around the near side of the Bruins zone. Beecher will get it out.
And Geeky was the guy taking off that line the other day and moved to a different line to try to jumpstart something. Geeky doesn't have any shots in this one either.
Sent deep into Boston territory. Peak will take it. 41 seconds to go on the man advantage. And that second line, Middlestat without a shot. Geeky without a shot. Asamont's got one.
So top, if you want to call them top 2 lines?
2 shots total out of 14 for the Bruins tonight. 20 seconds to play. Puck behind the Avalanche net. Battle for possession goes into the far corner. Malinsky poked it away from Middlestat and lobs it out through the neutral zone. Zadorov will chase back into his own end, and the Avalanche faithful come to their feet as the clock runs out. And the Bruins suffer their 3rd straight loss, and they're 0-2 on this road trip. 4-1 the final. Colorado wins it as they go to 5-0-1 on the season. And we'll be back to recap it from Denver next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Good news, homeowners. Over the last 5 years, home values have increased more than 40%. Bad news, homeowners. Some of you haven't adjusted your insurance to cover your home's increased value, which means a natural disaster could also be a financial disaster. Relax, people. Talk to an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need today to ensure a happy tomorrow. Safety Insurance will help you manage life storms.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit GoBLUSky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey, it's Beetle here, your personal moving draft advisor. Picking the right movers is just like drafting your fantasy team. You need studs, not duds. First up, 2 guys in a regret movers. They look good in the preseason, and then they freeze up on game day. 0 agility, questionable motor. Don't even ask about the arm length. Pass. Next, we break it. You bought it movers. Ball security issues, dropped everything, total liability. And then there's Take Your Time Moving Company. They stretch a move into overtime every time. Now, here's your first round lock. DN Van Lines. High floor, high ceiling, clutch in the fourth quarter, elite, fast execution, and no fumbles. These guys deliver, literally and figuratively. Don't gamble your move on a waiver wire talent. Draft the pros. Call DN Van Lines at 1-800-51-MOVER or visit dnvanlines.com. DN Van Lines, Boston's #1 pick for moving season. Trust me, you'll want these guys in your starting lineup.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Puck along the far side boards. Comes popping free toward Middlestat. He was trying to move it back to the point. It was taken away. And Nachos fires it all the way down into the empty net. And it's 4-1 with 2:37 to go. And that was the final score tonight here in Denver. The Avalanche win it by the score of 4-1. Bruins, after winning their first 3 games of the season, have now lost 3 in a row to fall back to the 500 mark. And, first period was a lot different than the last 40 minutes where the Avalanche just kind of smothered the Bruins after they got that 2-1 lead at the end of one.
Yeah, I mean, I gave the Bruins credit, especially when it was 2-1, for part of the game, and that was they defended much better than they did the other day. The problem is they had to, because they couldn't generate anything offensively. They were back on their heels the entire second period. They're back on their heels the third period. It was the Avalanche didn't allow the Bruins to get up the ice with any authority at all. For the most part, there were a few here and there, but for the most part, there was all kinds of trouble generating anything up the ice. And we already said it, but it's worth repeating. Between the top 2 lines here tonight, 2 shots on goal. It's very rare that Pastrnak goes a game without a shot. He had a break-in with him and Zacha had a break-in, right? It was 2-on-1 in the first period. Maybe got a little too cute there with Zacha tried to drop that puck off for Pastrnak in that one. But and even shot attempts, there weren't a lot. There were a few on power plays where for Pastrnak. Made a good pass to Minton. So I'm not piling on him. I'm saying that just the top 2 lines. And it go back to his quote from the Vegas game, we need more from our top 2 lines. If we're better, then, maybe we got a chance to win that one. Well, they're still searching for it, and they made the change to put Zacha on that line and move Geeky to a different line, and it hasn't worked. So I would imagine they're going to go back to the original plan. But then what happens? Beecher gets a goal. It's a beautiful pass from McAvoy to open up the scoring, but he has 2 really good chances in the third period. So he used his speed today.
He answered, having sat out 5 games, he took it.
Now he has to
the
continue
opportunity
to do it
tonight. Yeah,
but I just think from a team standpoint, against a really good entry team like Colorado was able to enter the zone by flying through the neutral zone. Boston was much better than they were the other day, and they tried to. We're giving them credit for keeping a lot of it to the outside, allowing Swayman to see most shots, not all of them, but most of them. And, McKinnon gets that goal, made it 3-1, and there were a bunch of shots after that. But and Swayman had to make one great save. Bruins still had a chance with Beecher's rebound opportunity. And he was stopped there as by Wedgwood. So just look at the score sheet. That pretty much tells you. Shots don't always tell you, but just the attempts. And if, the attempts on goal by Colorado compared to what Boston had today, it was pretty lopsided.
You mentioned it's rare that Pastrnak comes up without a shot. I just did a quick search here. This is only the 4th time in the last 5 seasons that he's been held without a shot on goal in a game. I mean, it just doesn't happen a whole lot. So if you're Marco Sturm, back to the drawing board with the lines for tomorrow?
Yeah. And I'm not sure which direction to go, to be honest with you, because he's gotten some decent efforts from some of the bottom lines. So he's got to find you're going against a Utah team that's sitting there waiting for you, and you're playing 3 and 4 and traveling here again, and it's an early game. It's a 5:00 game out here, and they've got some good offensive players, some good young offensive players that the Bruins are going to have to contain.
All right, 4-1 the final score. Avalanche win it. We're back to wrap things up from Denver next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. Because they'll
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds.
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Kids eat free at the 99 every Sunday in October. Kids get a free meal from the kids menu with every adult entree purchased. You gotta love the 9s.
Hey, this October, eliminate chili drafts for good with Window Nation. Right now, when you buy 2 replacement windows, you'll get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 whole years. But you have to hurry. The sale ends October 31st. Schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com.
Good for customers, good for communities, good for business. Eastern Bank offers local full-service banking expertise to customers at convenient branches, from New Hampshire through Merrimack Valley to the Cape. Powered by a comprehensive range of financial products and services with a long history in the Merrimack Valley, our expert team is ready to help you work toward your financial goals with banking products that fit your life. Make a great choice and join us for good today. Learn more at easternbank.com, member FDIC.
This season, Delta Dental of Massachusetts is proud to partner with the Boston Celtics radio network for the MVV of the game, our most valuable veteran. Do you know a military veteran who deserves recognition? Share their story today on the contest page at 985thesportshub.com. Every nomination is a salute to the brave men and women who've worn the uniform and a chance for them to win 2 tickets to an upcoming game and be honored on the air. Enter today at 985thesportshub.com. Proudly presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Hey, Rodenizer Home Services is heating things up. 5 lucky homeowners could win a brand new high-efficiency gas furnace completely free. If your furnace is 10 years or older, head to Rodenizer.com/5 free furnaces to enter. No purchase necessary. Rules online.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors Initiative sponsors our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they donate another $100 to fight food insecurity. With 2 feeds tonight, that's another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Johnny Beecher got the Bruins on the board first at 3:11 of the first period from Charlie McAvoy and Mason Lohrei. But it was all Avalanche from that point forward. 7:08 of the first. Nathan MacKinnon, first of 2 on the night for him. From Arturi Lehkonen, tied the game at 10:22. Josh Manson, his first of the season from Brent Burns and Gabriel Landeskog, made it 2-1 at the end of 1. After a scoreless second period that was dominated by the Avalanche, they would add 1 from MacKinnon, his 6th of the season, from Lehkonen again at 4:14, and then Nachos with an unassisted empty netter at 17:23. To finish things off. Let's give you tonight's 3 stars, and we're going to go with goaltender only faced 14 shots, but a game-changing save, it felt like, in the third period as Scott Wedgwood took one away from Johnny Beecher. Corrali pulling up at the near circle, finds Zadorov coming in across the line. Save made, and Beecher gets robbed in front on the rebound. Biggest save of the night by far for Wedgwood. So Wedgwood earns 3rd star honors, stopped 13 of the 14 shots that he faced to go to 5-0-1. He has played every minute of every game for the Avalanche so far, with Mackenzie Blackwood sidelined at the start of the season. Number 2 star of the night with what turns out to be the game-winning goal, Josh Manson. Face-off will be inside the Bruins' defensive zone. Avs win that, and a drive from the point by Manson scores. And the Avalanche grabbed their first lead just past the midway point of this first period. And the number 1 star honors tonight with 2 goals, and he was all over the place this evening, Nathan MacKinnon. MacKinnon pulls up just inside the Boston line, moves it back toward the blue line himself. Pass off down low, and they work it for MacKinnon for the one-timer. He scores. Colorado extends their lead out to 3-1 as MacKinnon gets his 2nd of the night. Nathan MacKinnon, tonight's Lexus Amazing Player of the Game, brought to you by the Lexus TX. Room for whatever your passion is. In fact, up to 7 passionate individuals can ride in perfect comfort in the 3-row Lexus TX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. Final shots on goal totals for the game, 38-14 in favor of the Avalanche. It was 7-7 in the first. Colorado with a 16-2 edge in the second. and then 15-5 in the third period. You mentioned Wedgwood's numbers on the night. Jeremy Swayman stops 34 out of 37 that he faces. He'll take the loss and drop to 2-2 in 4 starts so far this season. Bruins did hold Colorado scoreless on 5 power play opportunities tonight. Boston itself went 0 for 2 with the man advantage. So now the Bruins will make the quick trip to Salt Lake City and try to salvage the final game of this 3-game road trip tomorrow against the Utah Mammoth. Our pregame coverage will begin across the network at 6:30 Eastern Time with face-off just after 7 o'clock. Now for our executive producer, Jeremy Conley, our engineer here in the booth, Dixon Lawson, and for Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Thanks for joining us, and good night from Denver.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Bruins hockey is a presentation of the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. The media group station. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station.
3, Texas A&M ranked 4th held on for a 45-42 victory at Arkansas. At Georgia, Bulldogs upset Ole Miss with a strong fourth quarter 43-35. Alabama beat Tennessee 37-20, and Arizona State at home down number 7 Texas Tech 26-22. Vanderbilt beat LSU. Notre Dame over USC in the rain. 16th ranked Missouri won in double overtime at Auburn. Virginia edged Washington State. Texas needed overtime to win at Kentucky. BYU has beaten Utah 24-21. In the NHL, Carolina is 5-0 after winning in overtime at LA 4-3. Colorado a 4-1 winner over Boston. In Major League Soccer, Miami ended the season with a 5-2 win over Nashville. Lionel Messi with 3 goals. I'm Steve DeSager.
This is Fox Football Saturday.
All right, here we go. Intensity, let's go.
And we're breaking down your football day.
Football's fun. Hey, it's all right here.
You're listening to Fox Football Saturday. From the players to post-game, your football teams are repped here. Fox Football Saturday is now. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Aaron Torres and Jason Martin.
Welcome back, everybody. Hour 2, Torres Martin, Fox Sports Radio. We are broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. Yes, we are live, midnight Eastern. And boy, oh boy, is there a lot still going on. One real game of note, the Stanford Cardinal up 13-3 on the Florida State Seminoles. Feels like 2 lifetimes ago, J-Mart, that the Florida State Seminoles. Did they beat Alabama to open the season, or am I just...
happen. It is a thing.
We're positive about that.
Yeah, it's
okay.
real. We were on air.
Okay. You were gallivanting across the globe.
Right.
I was on with Artie Spanier.
I was with, I had COVID.